I thought it was cute. All right. Well, thank you for the call and good luck, and I'll love you too. Bye.
Sactown Sports.
Katie says hi.
Hi, Katie.
She's like, yeah, New York. I was like, what a great time to be in New York. She said, no, it was crazy. There was a Santa convention. And she goes, I don't know, man. There's just Santa Clauses everywhere, and everything's there's tons of people, and everything's all bright, and everywhere is Christmas. And I'm like, and how are you gonna bitch about?
Tell me what's wrong with that?
Yeah, how are you gonna bitch about Santa Clauses? Sounds grinchy to me.
Oh, this is nice. Live mic, guys. I don't know why, but I'm not saying anything.
I don't have a live mic. I thought I talked about the Santa Claus. That always gives me like a bad feeling in my gut. Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
Adding another touchdown on the ground. 49ers move to 9-4 and have a 2-game lead over the Hawks in the NFC West. Moving up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43. And the Athletics 49ers beat writer Matt Barrows joins us today from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone, but he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and he's not playing a song. He's on the microphone.
Hey, Jason Ross. Hey, I had sense. To call the show at 916-339-1140. It's the Carmichael Dave Show. Jason Ross on Sactown.
Every broadcaster's worst nightmare is a live mic. So, hello to everybody out there in YouTube.
Hi.
Caught that live mic. Thank God. You never know, because I've had plenty of times before a show where I've probably said a bad word or 90. I think if I'm going back in my memory, I'm pretty sure. And good morning.
Good morning.
I'm pretty sure, just so people can decipher what I was talking about, because I think I said Santa somewhere in there. I got a nice pre-show call from our friend Katie, just checking in off the road trip. I was saying how New York is a nice place to be this time of year. And I guess there was a Santa convention there over the weekend, and it was kind of intimidating to her. She said there were people in Santas everywhere, and everything was bright, and it was all Christmassy. And I'm like, yeah, and? Sounds like heaven.
Yeah, but maybe it was hectic for her.
Well, that's what I told. That's how we got off the phone. Is I said, then again, you grew up seeing like 2 people and a horse every 3 days, so I can understand how New York would be intimidating to you. Certainly was intimidating to our basketball team.
Woof.
There was no, like, anybody check, is there a view of underneath Golden One Center and like the beams pointing down after a loss?
It's inverted.
Yeah. Ew. That was no fun.
It's an innie.
How was your weekend?
Good.
Well, okay. How was your weekend on non-sports?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good?
Yeah.
My friend got his butt kicked in betting.
Oh, really?
For the second week out of 3. Oh, it was brutal.
Didn't bet on the Niners?
Nope. Didn't bet on the Niners. Was a little afraid of Brock Purdy. That was silly.
Okay. Didn't bet on the Kings on Friday?
Bet on the Kings Friday.
Okay.
Then saw that the Kings were underdogs by 2.5 on Sunday.
I thought that was a bit odd.
Yeah, he calls me. He goes, "What is this?" And I go, "Yeah, I don't know."
Yeah.
So no, as far as I know, they're just missing the same 2 guys.
Right.
So he goes, heavy on the Kings, right?
I think that made sense.
It did make sense.
Yeah.
And then, so he bet heavy on the Kings, then he bet a little bit on the under, which he did win. And then he was losing, and then he did so at halftime, the line moved to Kings plus 12.5, meaning that as long as they lost by less than 13, you'd win the live line. So he knows he's going to lose. He's probably going to lose his bet that the Kings would lose by less than 2.5. But he goes, okay, well, I'll make up for it. I'll put the same amount of money on the live line. And he goes, I think they'll end up losing by 10, 11 single digits. They lose by 13. So
Woof.
1-800. I told him, I said 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, we got a lot to do today. You want to get to it? You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you stretched? Did you do your calisthenics?
I did.
Okay, 3 for Madness. Hey, by the way, 3 for Madness coming up at 7:13. Just want to promote that. Leading off is right now. You have any idea what this guy's saying on the chat about sound coming from another mic? I got it. Hold on. Must be Monday. All right, YouTubers, thank you, and keep program directing, will you? So it sounds like we're having a sound issue here, and yeah, Jay, my stuff's off, so I don't know. Every Monday, the board gets completely changed by people that come in and change the board up. We obviously have a mic issue. We're on it right now. We'll get to it, so thank you for your patience. In the meantime, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah, all in one weekend for the Kings.
I thought, and I understand, in fact, the ex-producer of the Kings TV broadcast for NBC Sports, John Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
he and I were talking, tweeting back and forth. It's a debate. It's a fun debate as to whether or not Friday was the win of the year. I thought it was the best win of the year, having played such a great team. You're on the road. They were 11-1 going in. You'd already beaten them. Now, granted, they didn't have Donovan Mitchell, but they're at home. They're still a very good team.
Kings didn't have De'Aaron Fox.
Maybe you surprised them at Golden One Center. Who knows? But again, 11-1 at home, one of the Eastern Conference, definitely playoff contenders, fringe championship contender. And the 19-0 closeout, the defense, the whole thing, I thought that was the best win. His argument, and I understand it was the first Cavs win really set the stage for everything. The Brooklyn win was on a national stage. Either way, certainly one of the best wins, if not the best win of the year, Friday. And I'm not trying to be dramatic. Honestly, yesterday, I think that was the worst loss of the year. Yeah,
I mean, as far as just the worst performance, I mean, the game was so gettable. The Knicks weren't good.
No.
It wasn't like they were, hey, that's one of those days you're not going to beat the Knicks because the way they played. No. The Kings just, I don't know what happened. And it was a clunker. Top to bottom, never got better. You just felt like, get this thing to 9, and here they come. It would just live between 11 and 19 points, and I think the Kings had a 6-0 run. 6. There's no 12-2 push here. There was just nothing. So, which is good to say through 25 games.
Well, you wake up this morning, and had you told me on December 12th, the Kings would be 14-11. They would have sole possession of the 5 spot. If the season ended today, they would play the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs. Now, they've still got a tough road trip ahead. 3 games left, 1 and 2 to open. Excuse me. And now they go to Philly. That's going to be tough. Then back-to-back Toronto is really going to be tough. Gosh, if they could split those, I think that if they come back 3-3, I think that's going to be a resounding victory.
Sure.
And then, of course, we're all counting on the Detroit game. I don't know why. That Detroit always looms for me. It just seems, I mean, the Buddy walk-off and all that. I'm worried about that Detroit game. I hope they start out 21-2 and it's never close. Because I'm really, for some weird reason, worried about that game. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about all the people asking, did they go out Saturday night on the town and, did some checking on that one? What really happened? But I will say this, Jason, isn't it something? And I don't know if you felt this way. I felt this way, and I know a lot of other people did too. Was it fourth quarter? I think they went back down 18 early, whatever. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm intently watching, and my blood pressure's going. Because I'm just waiting for the inevitable run. I'm waiting for the inevitable
because they've done it before this year.
And then all of a sudden I had to stop and have an out of on here? Does not compute in brain.
Number 2.
Cut number 2.
For Brock Purdy.
Cool as a cucumber.
Do you
Look at him on the
realize-
TV screen as we're looking at it. It's like unflappable.
First NFL starts. Quarterbacks to start their first game ever against the GOAT. The previous 6, Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Palko, Jake Locker, EJ Manuel, Luke Falk, all lost. First start of Brock Purdy's career, 7th one to go up against Tom Brady, his first ever start, Tim. He's the first one to beat him.
Hey,
Smoked him.
watching the game, like, what is going on? This is better than I imagined.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe he'd run one in, which he did. I kind of would have probably bet on he gets like a 1 or 2 yard run. Okay, great. Maybe McCaffrey breaks one, Deebo breaks one, which, by the way, both happened. And then the defense is some of those throws. You're just like, wait, what?
Just looks so poised.
Yes.
And to me, it changed, again, one game. You don't freak out, but it changed the possibility. You could see what everyone had said on the positive side last week. They got a great team. All he has to do is kind of run this thing.
Yeah.
Well, he did more than run the thing, and it just made you believe, wait, can they do this whole thing with him?
He ran the thing. He passed the thing. He did the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the camera shot of his dad crying, that got me, man. That really got me. 16 of 21 for $185, 2 touchdowns, a 134 rating. And, the first quarterback out of 7 to get a win over Tom Brady in their debut.
So awesome.
But will he be starting on Thursday? We've got questions galore, including Deebo Samuel's injury as well. Matt Barrows will join us at 8 o'clock. We will talk to him about that. We got a ton of Kings coverage today. Frankie will join us, our Sactown Sports Kings insider, at 7:44. When we get back, though, Stingers down one last time, and the Hornets lose more than a playoff game. It's not all sad, but it's definitely a rough ending to the season. We will talk to the play-by-play voice of the Sac State Hornets. Jason Ross will come in and join us next.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
Harrison now pulls up at the right elbow. King drains a 15-footer.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
There's nothing worse than being cold and uncomfortable in your own home. Make sure you and your family are able to enjoy the holidays this winter. At American Energy Heat and Air, they want to make sure your furnace is running safely and efficiently during these cold months for only $49. Take advantage of their 30-point tune-up today. I did. I took advantage of it in the spring, got my air conditioner taken care of. They were out at my house checking everything. It was so cool. They didn't know it was me. I had my wife sign up so they wouldn't know it was me. Wanted to do that test. They were so polite, so nice. Didn't try to sell me on anything. Just took care of my AC, and I was nice and cool all summer. American Energy, proudly servicing the Sacramento community since 1981, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Book your tune-up today for just $49. Call 916-520-9990 or visit them at AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Got a take? Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now.
Call or text at 916-339-1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports, 1140.
Ifs and buts, candy and nuts, Jason. If we were talking about a Sac State victory today, where would you rank that game as far as greatest games ever for Sac State?
Number one,
right?
I mean, it's almost there anyway. Unfortunately, they're on the wrong side. I mean, it's the highest scoring game in the history of FCS playoffs. One of the greatest games. I mean, not if you like defense, but the drama, the back and forth, the big plays, wild, just incredibly wild. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't think I'll ever call a game again where a team goes for over 700 yards, never punts, and loses.
Insane. That is insane.
Yeah.
Nobody could stop anyone.
Yeah. Sac State would score. They didn't take long to score. They just had more they almost had 50 first downs. They just kept moving the ball. Incarnate Word would score quicker. They had 360 plus yard touchdowns, I think. But, I mean, 4 turnovers was just a killer. It was 4-0. Now, the Hornets did get 2 onside kicks, which maybe gets some of that back, but it was a back and forth of all time.
You look at the final score, 66-63, which, by the way, if you took the over, good for you.
Yeah, covered easy, 76. The fourth quarter was 57 points.
29-28 in the fourth. Like, you look at the box score, you're like, wow, what was that? Like quintuple overtime?
Yeah.
No, it was a free-for-all.
Yeah.
There's no defense. There was no defense. The defense is like, the defense, it's fine. We don't need to play.
Yeah.
Do you, I mean, just pulling back the curtain here. At what point, if any, do you, as a play-by-play voice, get excitement fatigue?
Well, I didn't have it.
It builds?
It didn't end.
Yeah.
Because it was drama all the way to the Hail Mary at the end. I mean, you're still thinking, and actually, I still want to see that play again. One of the Hornets got I think it was Devin Gandy, the receiver, got his hand on it. Like, I mean, it wasn't improbable to think, hey, the way this game has gone, they went on a Hail Mary.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the way the season really has gone.
Right.
I mean, they've had some last-minute hijinks go on.
This is their 5th straight home game. They've played a ranked team, and all the games have been decided by 1 score or less.
Now, would this have been this would have taken them to the
semifinals? Yeah.
Dude. So if you play in the first round, you're playing 5 games to win a championship?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So nobody that played in the first round was still alive in this round. Well, that's not true. Sorry. But the top 8 were left. Yeah.
And Cameron Scadaboo is basically he's basically college Christian McCaffrey, man. He goes listen to this line: 18 rushes for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, 6 catches for 76 yards. Oh, and he threw a 19-yard touchdown
and recovered an onside kick.
Yeah. It's no big deal.
Just did everything.
It's a fine day for him.
I mean, it was the back and forth was crazy. When the Hornets fumbled their last of their 4 turnovers, and it was a scoop and score with about, 8 minutes left, and they were down 11. That was the first time I thought, man, this is how it's ending? That's too bad. Then they went down and scored. So, okay, it's and got the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. But that's when they kicked onside again. And this time they showed it. They did one earlier where they surprised onside kick, and it worked. This one they're showing, I thought, oh, man, there's enough time. I'm a little surprised. Are they really going to do this?
Sure.
And they recovered it, then went down and scored and took the lead. But minute, half to go, and still gave up the last score.
I think at 6:17 in the morning, we already have our best analysis of the game. Kevin says, how do you lose scoring 63? And Mr. GNS 916 says, because they didn't score 64.
Yeah.
That is...
Someone was going to be on the wrong end of this.
Somebody was.
Yeah.
And it had to be us. And maybe not the biggest loss of the day. It's a double whammy, as Troy Taylor, as widely suspected, and we talked about this on Friday, has accepted the job at Stanford. And you can't really fault the guy.
Not at all. No. So happy for him on that level. Happy and thankful for what he did for Sacramento State. I will say this on game night. So, the rumor was out maybe the day before, so it hadn't even really been totally taken in by everybody. And all I could confirm at that point was that he had told the team he was a candidate. Then you get to the game, you're like, this feels weird.
Yeah.
There was just a weird feeling. I said, man, the last thing I want this to do is impact the game. Thankfully, it didn't. I thought the guy, it was an incredible football game. I don't think there was any kind of impact on that, but I'm sure he wanted that stuff to come out the next day.
Sure.
He can't control that machine.
He probably wanted it to come after the minute after the championship game.
Well, true. Ideally.
It's impossible.
But even if it was an announcement Saturday and they had won, and like even today, it's kind of partially through, oh man, well, good for him. He'll stay on to coach, and then, send him out in style with 2 more wins, win a championship, and thank him and move on. But it's just the immediacy of how it ended. And he was already at Stanford on Saturday. Press conference today, and he's wearing Stanford gear. That's the way the machine works.
He'd obviously accepted the job already. Yeah. Plans have been made.
The opposing coach was in the same spot of Incarnate Word, but he was still coaching, till his season ends, which may still be 2 more games.
And I don't propose to know anything. I've read a couple things, but I don't know anything about the next coaching situation. Ideally, you would think it would be somebody from his staff to take over, but gosh, if you're somebody from his staff, do you want to take over as Sac State's coach, or do you want to go make $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 a year coaching at Stanford?
Yeah, that's the big question. I think the athletic director, Mark Orr, has already interviewed all the assistants. So I'm sure they know who's going with Troy. That hasn't been released yet. And if they can follow something that was similar to Folsom, which when he left there, Chris Richardson, who's on the Sac State staff and has been his longtime friend and coach, maybe he sticks around. Defensive coordinator Andy Thompson's one of the hot prospects. I know the final game wasn't the game.
Right.
But, I mean, the 2 years before, the defense is the best they've ever had here. So we'll see. I mean, I think they'd like to keep it internally, but then also what happens now is the job's better. Maybe some coach that we're not even thinking of goes, oh, no, I want to go there. I know it can be done now.
Sure.
So who calls them? Who's interested? But the way this works, I bet they have a coach within 2 weeks here.
Well, and that's going to be the big question, isn't it? Was Troy Taylor the golden goose, or did Troy Taylor leave a blueprint for future program success at Sac State?
Yeah. I would say of all the years I've done this, people around the conference always thought this could happen. And I'm like, yeah, everybody says that, but it hasn't happened.
Sure.
Now it has. So now it's not one of those things like, well, it can be done.
Yeah.
Now they know it can be done.
It's interesting because if I recall, who is it, Reggie Christensen?
Yeah, baseball.
What was it? 5-6 years ago? Was it that long ago? They were like actually getting some didn't they beat Stanford? Actually, yeah. They were getting some very national recognition for that baseball squad.
Right.
And now you get that same, and really football is the end all be all. And I know they're doing a great job over there with the coach and everybody at for the basketball as well. So very interesting. And you hope that I've been told many, many times it's all about endowment.
Yeah.
But I would say that for Sac State, if you look at success divided by endowment funds, because they don't have the largest endowment around, they're doing a lot with not as much as a lot of other places.
Yeah. And it's a big, I guess, calendar year for them because you lose Troy Taylor. You're usually losing the president. President Nelson, after this calendar year, or excuse me, after this school year will be gone. And so that's a big replacement. He was a really big supporter of the sports program. So that'll be a big one. And then the way things work, Sac State's non-league schedule next year, of course, they play Stanford.
God, are you serious?
Yeah. I think it's game 2 next year.
I did not know that.
At Stanford. Yep.
No.
Of course.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Amazing season. Historically great.
Right.
And only one team can win the championship. They were good enough. They just didn't get it done.
The endowment for Sacramento State is $76.7 million with a budget of $349 million. The endowment for Sac State is $76 million. The endowment for Stanford is $36.3 billion.
Oh.
The budget for Sac State is $349 million. The budget for Stanford is $7.4 billion.
Wow.
Different numbers.
Just a little different.
No Fox, no problem for one game. Up and down weekend for the Kings. We'll take our first dive in next.
The Kings continue their 6-game Eastern Conference road trip Tuesday against the Sixers.
Shovels it out to Mezzi. Dribble handoff to Murray. Stops, launches for 3, scores the triple.
Coverage starts at 2:30 on Sactown Sports.
Carmichael Dave here, letting you know when the housing market shifts quickly like it has the last few months, having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. It's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Now you can check them out at refinancewithshelby.com. They're fast, they're local, and competitive. Shelby's team, as I've told you for years, is well known in the real estate market from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved up front so you can compete with the cash offers. With the increase in inventory, the market has shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. You can always refi as soon as rates come down, or United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Wait, every time you wake up is the same day? That's terrible.
Yeah, don't worry. I call Progressive. Their 24/7 protection still works even if my day does last forever.
Yeah, but don't you want it to end?
Are you kidding? I win the lottery whenever I want and never regret anything. It's the best.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
At the United States Postal Service, we're here to deliver fast and reliable service to help you get holiday ready. We offer free package pickup and deliver free shipping supplies to your address. So whether you're in Garland, Texas, Rudolph, Wisconsin, or anywhere in between, we're making it easier for you to spread festive cheer this holiday season. USPS, delivering for America. For all your holiday needs, including info about free shipping supplies, free package pickup availability, and restrictions, go to USPS.com/holidays.
At Elk Grove Honda, we know that the past year has been challenging to find the Honda you're looking to drive home. But now, at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a steady basis, including new Accords, Civics, CR-Vs, and more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory is as large as it's ever been. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The holiday season is meant for family and friends, not for auto accidents. Let us take this time for a gentle reminder for everyone to use extra care while driving this holiday season. There are more cars on the road, and rain is always just around the corner. If you do need Ashton & Price, we'll be here for you. And as always, the consultation is free, and there is never a fee unless you win. So whether you've been naughty or nice, let us wish you the happiest holidays from the injury law firm of Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, curbside pickup, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Patriot Software provides American businesses with easy, cloud-based, premium accounting software and full-service payroll for up to 100 employees. Business owners love the simplicity, the price, and our U.S.-based support. And accountants love the powerful capabilities. Go to patriotsoftware.com. That's patriotsoftware.com.
With patriotsoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
It's Kia's season of giving at Folsom Lake Kia right now. Give yourself the gift of a brand new Kia from Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted Kia dealership for over 20 years. FolsomLakeKia.com. That's FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is open with a refurbished lobby and now serving adult beverages. Opening Thursday, Avatar, The Way of Water, an IMAX 3D experience. The anticipated sequel is here. See Avatar, The Way of Water on the largest screen in Sacramento at the Esquire IMAX Theater with all showings in spectacular IMAX 3D.
We cannot let you bring your war here.
Outcast. That's all they see.
Avatar, The Way of Water opens Thursday. Get tickets and reserve seating for opening weekend at IMAX.com/Sacramento.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got arguably their biggest win of the season Friday as the team finished on a 19-0 run in the final 4 minutes and 40 seconds to beat the Cavs in Cleveland 106-95. On the heels of that win, the Kings played arguably their worst game of the season yesterday at Madison Square Garden.
And the New York Knicks have now won their 4th consecutive game. And now on their home floor at Madison Square Garden, they hold the Kings to under 100 points.
De'Aaron Fox missed both games as he continues to recover from a foot injury. The Kings return tomorrow in Philly against the Sixers. The 49ers got their 6th straight win yesterday in Purdy fashion over Tom Brady and the Bucs.
For Brock Purdy.
Cool as a cucumber. Look at him on the TV screen as we're looking at him. The guy's like unflappable.
First NFL starts. Quarterbacks to start their first game ever against the GOAT. The previous 6, Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Pelko, Jake Locker, E.J. Manuel, Luke Falk, all lost. First start of Brock Purdy's career, 7th one to go up against Tom Brady, his first ever start. Tim, he's the first one to beat him.
Purdy, the final pick in the 2022 draft, finished the afternoon 16-21 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding another touchdown on the ground. The 49ers move to 9-4 and have a 2-game lead over the Seahawks in the NFC West. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43, and the Athletics 49ers beat writer Matt Barrows joins us at 8 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Got a take? Make sure it's a hot one.
Take a shot right now.
Call or text at 916-339-1140. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports, 1140.
Why is it cool as a cucumber? I mean, first off, cucumber's not always cool. Secondly, aren't there a ton? Like, shout out, ladies.
Isn't it supposed to be cool, though, like when you put it on your face?
Oh.
You know when, like, the ladies put the cucumbers on their face for bedtime?
Oh.
Aren't they supposed to be cool?
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't know. Shout out to the late, great Stuart Scott. Cool as the other side of the pillow, I think, is far more descriptive. I'm just saying there's a lot of things you could have picked other than a cucumber to represent cool. Cool as Ice Cube? Cool as Ice Cube.
Cool as can be.
Cool as can be.
Ice Cube was here over the weekend, caught up with him.
Oh, he had the show?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you what do you mean caught up with him?
Nothing. I just wanted to sound cool on the radio for like 10
Cool
seconds.
as
Well, because that's believable. Like you and Ice.
You and Cube.
Cube. Yeah.
Hung out, which is really weird because I was just watching a video when I came in here of Ice Cube on the Seth Meyers show talking about the 25th anniversary of America's Most Wanted and whether or not he regretted putting out the song No Vaseline. It's actually pretty fascinating that Seth Meyers asked him that question. He doesn't regret it, by the way. This just in. Did you go to the show?
No.
Okay. I went to his last show here.
It
was man.
Those old school shows, they're just kind of there doing their songs, getting their check.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Kings did yesterday at Madison Square Garden.
See, you did that. I was going to say, speaking of cool as a cucumber, the Kings were cold as an ice cube. Yeah, yours is probably better. It sucked, and Julius Randle did not.
Feeds it back out on the left wing for a rare time for Randle. Creeps forward, 2-point range, now gets into the paint, turns for the fall away, and he's feeling it, and he is filling it up.
Yeah, he filled it up quite a bit.
Of Randle. He gives it up to Quickly against Dellavedova on the left side. Picks up the dribble. Gives now to Randle. Up fake. Drives inside to the rim. Block foul called. 3-point opportunity. Kings have no answer early for Brunson. And now, clearly, no answer for Randle.
I swear to God, Julius Randle wants to be a King so bad. He always kills us.
Well, then he wanted out of the game.
Well, because here's his final 3 points of the first half, second quarter. As he gets up to 27.
There's a launch on the perimeter. Randle. Who else? Julius Randle with a 3-pointer. He's 3 of 7 from downtown. He has 27 first half points.
27 first half points. Just simple math puts him on pace for 54.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's ridiculous. It's not Devin Booker.
Right.
It's not the second coming of Kobe. It's Julius Randle, who's a good player. 27? What? And then this happens. And Jason, I know you were watching, you were covering the whole thing. This is where Julius Randle is so incredibly tantalizing. It really, honestly, in the space of about 10 minutes, summed up Julius Randle's whole career. He is a phenomenal basketball player, but also sometimes you feel like the cheese isn't all the way on the crack.
Mm-hmm.
If I did not know better, this was a 20-point Kings blowout, and this was, I like to call it the Rudy Gay special, which isn't fair because I only saw him do it once, but there are times when players just want out of games.
Yeah.
I want to go take a shower. I'm done. I don't like being here.
But not when you're going off.
No.
Yeah.
Not when you're going off and your team is killing it against a good Kings team, and this is what happened.
Julius Randle had continued his moaning and groaning, and he just got teed up for it. And now he's about to get ejected. There he goes. So he will head to the tunnel. He's not done yet. You might want to get security out there. Well, now he starts to turn toward security starts to head up the floor too late, but he's now gone to the tunnel. He's still barking back over his shoulder as he now disappears way off to our far right.
I went back and looked. Maybe he had a beef here and there, whatever players do. And maybe you hit a breaking point and you go to the ref and you get yourself a tee.
Right.
And you make sure you're heard. He went and got the tee. And then he immediately walks over to the other ref.
The one that he was initially upset with.
And doesn't slow down at all.
Right. I also look, he's got to cool it, but nobody on his team was there to help him.
That is exactly right.
Just get him out of there.
That almost was weirder. We talked about it on the Sactown Sports postgame show last night. I brought that up. You see it all the time. In fact, I saw it when the Pacers were here for the Kings and Tyrese Halliburton got frustrated. And I want to say it was Miles Turner, but somebody was over on the bench at the time and we were near the bench and I heard him cup his hands and say, grab him, grab Todd, grab him. And players will tell you got to grab him. We're going to lose him. And the rest of them were like, oh, look at Jules go. Strange thing. And he was off to the shower. See you later. So they lost the guy who put up 27 in the first half. So things, of course, are going to turn around for the Kings.
107-92 as we come to the 4-minute mark. Straightaway three from Grimes. Score it. You might as well dim the lights.
Yeah, turn out the lights. Party was over.
Yeah.
And they also, Jalen Brunson got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They had 5 fouls on Mitchell Robinson with about, a third of the way to go, I want to say, in the fourth. You just felt like there were these opportunities for the Kings to come back and grab this game.
Yeah, I felt like they did, so much collectively wrong. I know Mike Brown postgame kind of took a lot of it on him and the coaching staff. I will say there was a part where when they started to double
Randle,
I didn't think that was the right move.
So this was actually a real interesting point of contention last night on the postgame. You I'm sure heard it on social media. And I don't disagree with you. Here's what I said. The guy had 27 points.
Right.
I credit Mike Brown and that staff for you got to do something.
Sure.
But then you have to obviously adjust really quick and realize, okay, so we're going to double him, and that's going to open up 17 straight dunks for Robinson underneath. But I don't fault them for you have to do something.
I don't either. I just think they stuck with it too long, and it wasn't like it was 10 possessions, but it was 3 in a row where it's like they just carved him up, and you went, all right, he hasn't scored yet in the second half, and I think he took 2 threes. One was an air ball. And you're like, okay, let him think he's going to get 50, and until he starts getting warm again. But that's beside the point. It was just the overall performance. Nobody made shots. Rebounding was poor again. Turnovers, free throws. My goodness, just awful. And then it felt like, look, it's the second game they played without Fox, and I know they won the first one, but I don't think they played with any kind of pace.
No,
just none. There was no zip at all to the team. So.
By the way, the Knicks have now won 4 in a row. Mm-hmm. The Knicks beat the Cavs, Hawks, Hornets, and now the Kings. That's a pretty darn good stretch with the exception of the Charlotte one, but even that was on the road, so it's understandable. And they have wins this year in Denver against the Nuggets, in Utah against the Jazz, the Timberwolves, the Sixers. It's not like this is a scrub team. It's not. No. And Tom Thibodeau knows how to get his teams to play defense. We'll have a lot more on this throughout the show, but one other thing I wanted to knock out is, other than the double team, probably the most brought up thing last night was, did the Kings go out in New York and have a New York night? And it's a fair question. It's also a very low hanging fruit, easy to go to. But just for funsies, I did call around to the people that know things who would say off the record, and obviously I wouldn't come on here today and be like, well, this guy and this guy were drinking at Sally's Punch Bowl until. But to a man, it was, no, that's just as we suspect. It's not really this team. Mm-hmm. They, a couple guys went to a steak dinner. Maybe somebody saw a show early. Everybody was in bed.
Yeah,
they just sucked.
Right,
for them, they just sucked.
And by the way, in the history of the league, I'm sure there's been plenty of teams that have had one of those nights.
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
and then won.
And then
maybe played one of the best games. I mean, it's a weird thing. It's. People were trying to figure it out. They had one of those days.
You're looking for answers.
Right.
All right. We'll take a first check into yesterday's 49er mollywhopping of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the homecoming king, Tom Brady. We'll do that next.
Get your 49ers fix every week with the Return of the Empire podcast, featuring Jay Mars and 49ers insider Emil Fragoso.
Let's go Niners! Yeah!
At SactownSports.com.
Your local sports leader.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Year-end pricing is in effect on every vehicle on the lot. Hurry to Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During Happy Honda Days, take advantage of our best offers of the year on our best selection of the year. Drive a new 2022 Honda Accord and get low lease or finance rates when you come in today. Plus, get top dollar for your trade-in. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
So I switched to Boost Mobile and got this free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone.
Why do you think they call it the Galaxy?
Maybe because the Samsung Galaxy A23 has a huge screen, and galaxies are huge gravitationally bound systems of stars rotating around a supermassive black hole.
And the phone is free?
When you switch to Boost Mobile.
Cool. You lost me at gravitationally bound.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. Limited time offer while supplies last. New customers only. Excludes tax. One device offer per line. Only available on certain networks. 5G not available everywhere. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
My mother owned Christmas. Well, not in a literal sense, of course, but she had an extraordinary way of making sure the holiday was perfect for her family. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. I'll never forget my daughter's first Christmas when every present under the tree was for my mother's first granddaughter, while the rest of us had to look in the spare bedroom for our gifts. Now, those memories always bring a smile to my face. My mother always taught, have a bit of Christmas in my home every day of the year. That could be a tiny happy Santa bauble, a sparkling memento on the wall, or a comfortable rocking chair. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you find the perfect accent piece for every room in your home during their annual holiday sale, including unique mirrors, clocks, wall art, rugs, chairside tables, curios, accent chairs, recliners, lamps, and more. You'll find that perfect bit of Christmas for your home. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up in the primetime spotlight, Mac Jones and the New England Patriots travel to the desert to face Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Arizona looking for a resurgent end to the season, while the Pats are trying to stay afloat in the playoff race. Join Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner and me for all the action on Monday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at westwoodonesports.com.
Here's to Prilosec OTC. Without Prilosec, I wouldn't be able to enjoy all this yummy holiday food. Speaking of, whoever made that apple pie, delicious. I just take one pill each morning and zero heartburn all day. So cheers to Prilosec OTC. Ooh, are those jalapeno poppers?
Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid that can cause heartburn, so you can enjoy the holidays. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility in your vehicle and save $10 on a pair of Trico Force wiper blades now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Don't risk your safety because of bad wiper blades. Be ready for any weather. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'Reillyauto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The 94th most popular celebrity from Carmichael
How popular do you want to be?
meets a Celtics broadcasting legend.
Celtics are going to go for the win. Everybody here at Golden One Center on their feet.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Purdy going to drop back to pass. Under pressure, going to step up, try to run forward and go to the end zone standing. Touchdown! San Francisco! Purdy going to throw for the end zone for McCaffrey. Makes the catch for a touchdown! What an adjustment there by Christian McCaffrey. Purdy back. Time. Pumps. Now going to throw for the end zone. Wide open. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown!
Ayuk! Ayuk! Ayuk is on fire!
They're having a good time.
Yes, they are.
All right, so let's get this out of the way real quick. I don't want to take anything away from Brock Purdy. I'm about to take something away from Brock Purdy. Nice job by Christian McCaffrey, but especially Brandon Ayuk. Let's be really clear. That Brandon Ayuk pass was way short.
Yes.
And Ayuk had to wait on it, and luckily the defense was broken enough to allow that. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But it was better than I think anyone could have imagined. Was it 28 zip at the half?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Just awesome.
And so, most people watch that game with the volume on. This was one of the worst things about being here yesterday afternoon for the Kings game.
Oh, yeah.
So we're in here. Kings are on. Got the TVs in here. We have no volume, but I'm watching the Niners, and I see the play go, oh, Deebo fumble. I go, ooh, he got bent back.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, you see him on the cart. You
Yeah,
see him
he's
covering
crying.
his face. I'm like, oh, no, athletes. No, like, did he shred his knee? Like,
Yeah,
what
everyone's
is this?
gathered around him.
And it's just, you're a sick feeling. And I mean, again, it sounds like it was better news. Not that anybody's happy about an injured ankle, but my goodness, that was horrific to see in the moment.
Shouts to the people, by the way. It's just a wonderful world. You may have missed it in the first quarter. He scored, and he knocked over a cameraman, and then he kind of Ty-Lued over him, right? The amount of people I had in my mentions that said karma when Deebo got injured
come on.
just it's absolutely gross.
Yeah.
Like, and if that's where you're going when you see that, regardless of how you may feel about Deebo Samuel, it's completely ridiculous. The good news, no broken ankle, no torn knee. It was classified preliminarily, I think, as a high ankle sprain.
Okay.
High ankle sprains.
Those are still pretty rough.
Yes. And they put that right around 4 to 6.
Okay.
So,
man,
yeah, it may, the good news sounds like, in short, the good news is he's not out for the year. The bad news is he's probably out for the regular season.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
But he just joins the list. I mean, Trent Williams has come back. Obviously,
Yes.
Trey Lance is out. Jimmy G is out. They've had time. Eric Armstead's back, but he missed a chunk of the season. They've got many defensive guys that have been out. It's like, how many can they overcome all in the same game where they look terrific as a team?
Yep.
But, the Deebo's such a valuable piece to the puzzle.
The defense, too. Just, once again, you held Tom Brady.
Made him look silly.
Really did. I mean, and Tom had to throw 55 times, 2 picks, and they end up getting a, little deflection touchdown in the third quarter. That was it. Tom Brady was picked off twice, and as I understand it, if I read it correctly, both Tashawn Gibson, actually it was Dre Greenlaw, went up to Tom Brady after the game and had him sign the ball that Gibson picked up.
That's a bold ask.
That's a real bold ask, and honestly, you kind of got to shout out Tom Brady for signing the ball. Like, what's going. You just got destroyed.
See this ball, the one you threw, I got.
Yeah.
Sign it,
Would
please.
you sign it, please?
I mean, you're kind of the GOAT.
You're the GOAT.
You mean a lot to me.
You see how we helped embarrass you in front of like 100 of your family members? Yeah. And not in the house that you used to visit. That was Candlestick. But, there was a video before the game with Tom Brady taking pictures of of Montana and Young on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, everyone's seen the picture of his mother holding him at the Dwight Clark catch game. He's a born and bred San Francisco fan, and there is absolutely no way, no chance whatsoever, before, during, and after the game, he wasn't sitting there going, oh, God, if this Purdy kid's doing what he's doing with this team, what could I do with this team? What could I, and by the way, no offense to Brock Purdy, but you put Tom Brady on this team right now, and I'm literally driving to San Francisco to get my chair ready for the parade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to watch the parade that will inevitably happen when they win the Super Bowl, if that happened. And I imagine that's going to play into his head a little bit next year.
Sure. I mean,
yeah.
Because all of a sudden his team looks older and slower and off. I mean, they just were Super Bowl champs a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, Bruce Arians is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of changes around there. He's going to have some decisions to make. It's not like Giselle's at home pining for him to come home anymore.
Right.
So he's going to have some decisions. And I got to think he wants to play for the Niners before he retires.
Yeah. The question is, do the Niners want him?
And that's where it gets really interesting. So we're going to get into the details of this game, of course. But since it's early, let's just have some fun. The question is, what is it? What literally, if you're Kyle Shanahan and he's hooked up to a lie detector, what does Brock Purdy have to do to be the incumbent QB1 next year? If number one, is it possible? Okay. So then number two, are we talking, is it a results oriented? Is it, okay, if they win the Super Bowl, he's in. If they get to the Super Bowl, he's in. If they get to the NFC, or is it a combination of results and, okay, maybe they lost in the Super Bowl or in the championship game, but, he gets to the point where he's, going 31 of 40 for 4 touchdowns every other game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they lost, but he's obviously a star.
Yeah.
What do they do? Especially, and I don't think the fact that you hear a lot about this, Jason, the fact that they spent so many picks on getting it doesn't matter.
They move on. You move on from that. I mean, you can parcel that out however you want, but you move on. It's really funny though how the sport works. Your description of the throw to Ayuk's perfect. It was underthrown.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say there's less fortune there. Safety's reading that, comes in, picks that up. We feel different. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Wide open receiver. He missed him.
He threw a pick during the game, got bailed out by a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, that happened, obviously.
Instead, it's underthrown. It kind of works out, catches it, touchdown, celebration. Man, this kid's incredible.
Yeah.
It's the way the sport works. It's the end thing is results. So I think it's results combined with just, practice habits, how he looks every day. How is he in the film room? Everything we're hearing is great stuff.
Everything.
But, again, players know, teammates know, coaches know who deserves those spots. And as of what we get to see so far, it's looked pretty good.
His teammates love him.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was wondering going in, and no offense to his teammates, but you wonder how much of this is like legit and how much of it is, we're just trying to pump the guy up. We want to fire the brakes on this guy, get him confidence. We want to be there for him because we want to win ball games. And then you see everything out there. You see George Kittle run into the end zone to get his touchdown ball. You see the celebration where he spiked it. You see Trent Williams clapping behind him and all the guys just jumping up and down. I haven't seen footage. I'm sure there is. I actually haven't seen footage of the locker room post game, but I'll just bet he got a game or the game ball. And
right.
People were spraying him with all kinds of Gatorade. You can really tell that not just fans, but even probably more so the players who've watched his work ethic, who've seen his attitude, who have watched him work so hard, and who also enjoy a David versus Goliath. Mm-hmm. They're into this more than we are, and we're fans.
Yeah,
I'm over the moon about this. This is unprecedented. The first quarterback ever to beat Tom Brady in his debut in 7 tries is Brock Purdy, a guy who was picked not Mr. Irrelevant 5 years ago, not 3 years ago. He is literally the reigning last pick Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. And then his parents there.
Yeah.
The shot of his dad wiping tears away as the crowd is chanting his son's name. Whether you're a parent or not, you just look at that and go, God, it's a Disney movie.
Everyone around him is so happy. Dad's happy, but he's breaking down. I mean, it's awesome.
It's the I'm so happy tears.
Yeah.
You could end the movie right there.
Right.
Roll the credits. Brock. Or was it Purdy? I think it was Purdy. We'll take a break. Let's get deeper into just more than just the story. We'll look at the injuries, and we'll also look at Brock's quarterback play specifically. Is it sustainable? A little more on the Niners along with Matt Barrows at 8 o'clock next.
The Kings continue their 6-game Eastern Conference road trip Tuesday against the Sixers.
Shovels it out to Mezzi, dribble handoff to Murray, stops, launches for 3, scores the triple.
Coverage starts at 2:30 on Sactown Sports.
Be conventional to save on motor oil for your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Get the complete job done at the right price at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
3 Weather Center. Bit damp as we start the day off. There may be a stray shower in the morning, otherwise partly sunny with a high near 53 and a low near 39. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
When it comes to your home, everybody knows Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, get $50 off any plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air service and make your home the best place in the world. Schedule an appointment at Bonnie.com.
Today I'm at Elk Grove Dodge, where it looks like Vince Bloom, the big guy,
also known as Father Christmas.
Well, yeah, Vince, you are dressed like Santa, which means you must be giving out some sweet deals for the holidays.
There's nothing sweeter than saving money on trucks.
So I can expect some big savings on, say, new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns?
You read Santa's mind. Right now, during the Big Finish event at Elk Grove Dodge, save $12,000 off MSRP on new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Vince, $12,000 off new 2022 Bighorn Crew Cabs?
That's right.
$12,000 is a lot of money, and you've got enough for all of Santa's helpers because, you know, we've been very good this year.
I sure do. I've got 15 of these new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, and they're all $12,000 off MSRP, starting at $42,520.
Now through January 3rd, save $12,000 on 15 new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s.
Only at Elk Grove Dodge and the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovedodge.com.
Include $6,000 in 2022 Big Finish and California retail bonus and bonus cash. Sample VIN 455-158 expires 1/3/23.
Campsite is holding their biggest sale of the year. Save big on quality camping gear and equipment. All new in-stock sleeping bags, camp chairs, cots, pantries, and other items up to 50% off. Deeper discounts on select open box items as well. Sale starts Monday, December 5th and runs through December 22nd. Visit them Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Located at 8615 23rd Avenue in Sacramento. Or call 916-383-9460. Campsite's end of the year closeout sale is on now.
Love Makita Power Tools? If so, you don't want to miss out on this special event. Fasteners Tool Outlet is hosting a Makita one-day sale on Saturday, December 17th. Here you'll find tons of great deals on all new Makita products. Buy a select 40-volt kit and you'll receive up to 2 free 40-volt batteries. Stop by Fasteners Tool Outlet on December 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6701 Power Inn Road. Again, that's Saturday, December 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6701 Power Inn Road.
Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, is also Northern California's #1 Honda certified pre-owned vehicle dealer.
Come see our amazing selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. We have something for everyone. Don't shop dealer to dealer trying to find the perfect used car. Stockton Honda has the selection, financing, and savings you want. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2021 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Wait, every time you wake up is the same day? That's terrible.
Don't worry, I call Progressive. Their 24/7 protection still works even if my day does last forever.
Yeah, but don't you want it to end?
Are you kidding? I win the lottery whenever I want and never regret anything. It's the best.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
At the United States Postal Service, we're here to deliver fast and reliable service to help you get holiday ready. We offer free package pickup and deliver free shipping supplies to your address. So whether you're in Garland, Texas, Rudolph, Wisconsin, or anywhere in between, we're making it easier for you to spread festive cheer this holiday season. USPS, delivering for America. For all your holiday needs, including info about free shipping supplies, free package pickup availability, and restrictions, go to USPS.com/holidays.
Life doesn't stop when the economy is uncertain. The market might not care you have a wedding to plan or a kid to put through school. And inflation doesn't know you've got a family to feed. But Bank of America does, and is here to help. With digital tools to help you save and local experts in Central New York, you can keep life moving forward the way you need it to. Bank of America, what would you like the power to do? Learn more at BofA.com/Central New York. Bank of America NA, member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
It's hard to find a better selection of 4x4s in stock and ready to drive home today than you'll find at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. New truck prices keep rising. M&S invites you to tour their selection of super clean 4x4s and trucks and save thousands. Tacomas, F-150s, Jeeps, Rams, Silverados. Great deals today on hundreds of 4x4s, SUVs, and muscle cars. First-time buyers are welcome. M&S Auto Sales, El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. MSAutogroup.com.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, curbside pickup, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
The flagship.
Ball game. Sacramento wins.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got arguably their biggest win of the season Friday as the team finished on a 19-0 run in the final 4 minutes and 40 seconds to beat the Cavs in Cleveland 106-95. On the heels of that win, the Kings played arguably their worst game of the season yesterday at Madison Square Garden.
And the New York Knicks have now won their 4th consecutive game. And now on their home floor at Madison Square Garden, they hold the Kings to under 100 points.
De'Aaron Fox missed both games as he continues to recover from a foot injury. The Kings return tomorrow in Philly against the Sixers. The 49ers got their 6th straight win yesterday in Purdy fashion over Tom Brady and the Bucs.
For Brock Purdy.
Cool as a cucumber. Look at him on the TV screen as we're looking at him. The guy's unflappable.
First NFL starts. Quarterbacks to start their first game ever against the GOAT. The previous 6, Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Palko, Jake Locker, B.J. Manuel, Luke Falk, all lost. First start of Brock Purdy's career, 7th one to go up against Tom Brady, his first ever start, Tim. He's the first one to beat him.
Purdy, the final pick in the 2022 draft, finished the afternoon 16 of 21 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding another touchdown on the ground. The 49ers moved to 9-4 and have a 2-game lead over the Seahawks in the NFC West. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43, and the Athletics 49ers beat writer Matt Barrows joins us at 8 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Purdy going to throw for the end zone for McCaffrey. Makes the catch for a touchdown. What an adjustment there by Christian McCaffrey.
There was another play. It wasn't a touchdown, but the highlights are everywhere where he dropped back, and there was a Bucs defender that had dead to rights. I don't know. I call it in my head the skirt play because he just goes, skirt. Brock Purdy stops on a dime. Guy flies by, and he ends up completing a pass to the right. He was so damn good yesterday, especially with expectations as low as a lot of people had. At the half, he was 14 of 18 for 185 yards, 3 touchdowns, including, the one on the ground. And his passer rating was 146.5. Up 28-0. Here's some anecdotes. David Lombardi reported that Nick Bosa had mentioned this about Brock. After all the Niner touchdowns, he waited to congratulate all the linemen after the extra point attempt instead of just immediately going back to watch tape on the bench. Quote, that kid's awesome. His 134 passer rating in Week 14 was the highest amongst all quarterbacks in the NFL. After yesterday, the deep passing touchdown season leaders for the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey has 1. Jimmy Garoppolo has 1. Brock Purdy has 2.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy has 2. It's just hilarious in an amazing way what he's done. And I don't know if you got a chance, Jason, to see after the game, Kyle Shanahan at Brock's locker, and who knows what they were talking about, but just talking and having a moment, just the two of them. Kyle's sitting one way, Brock's facing the wall. And you got to wonder if Kyle's just like, soak it in, kid. Soak all this in. He's obviously behind him, and he had nothing but glowing things to say about him after the game.
No, I mean, he was great throughout the week. I think the week even made you feel better. Just the 3 practices we had, just getting a lot thrown at him on Wednesday and coming out and just getting better each day and the way he handled it. And he gave us a lot of confidence throughout the week.
There's Brock Purdy being asked about Tom Brady.
Was there ever a point where it seemed a little surreal when you looked up at the scoreboard and then you looked and
Tom Brady was on the other side of the field with such a lopsided score?
I mean, honestly, for me, I just kept telling myself, dude, this thing ain't over with that guy on the other side of the field. You know, I just wanted to keep putting up points on the board however many times as we could, knowing, you know, this dude's made all these crazy comebacks in his career. So I didn't want that to happen in my first game, you know, as a starter. So the whole time I'm like doing my thing and stuff, not looking at the scoreboard, knowing the situations and stuff, but also respecting who's on the other side. Didn't want to give him a chance at the end.
Good answer.
And then final thing we'll hear is Tom Brady. How about this for Brock Purdy? Just make this your outgoing voicemail. Just referencing the kid.
Brock played really well. They made a bunch of plays offensively and defensively and special teams. And we didn't make many offensively. We didn't make many defensively. We didn't make many on special teams. So, you know, you win because you make plays. You keep them from making plays.
Oh, yeah. Got outplayed all the way through. Tampa totally did. And that was, I mean, I think a lot of us thought the Niners would win the game or could win the game, favored to win the game.
Yeah.
But the questions were certainly at quarterback. That's the highest profile position. How's this guy going to handle getting his first start? I know, hey, that the advantage of a week of prep, but a week of nerves, a week of the opposing team to prep for you. He handled everything perfectly. He was great. Beyond, I think, what Kyle Shanahan would have thought he would have received.
I don't know if anyone other than, you're playing the Disney movie.
Right.
But who really thought this was going to happen?
Yeah.
Tom Brady was 34 of 55. Simple math. He had 21 incompletions. Brock Purdy had 21 attempts. And he completed 16 of them. Now, let's be fair. You know, yes, his team outplayed Tom Brady's team. I would just simply say this. Let's be fair to Tom Brady and then move on. We don't have to pull one down to up the – let's switch spots. Put Tom Brady on the Niners yesterday and Brock Purdy on the Buccaneers. I'm pretty sure the result's going to be the same, if not more. But that's not the reality of the situation. And Tom Brady, he came back. He's gone through a bunch, and this has got to be, if not the most non-injury challenging season of his career. And he was actually asked if he regretted coming back.
Tom, with all things that's happened to you this year and not having the homecoming edition today, do you have any regrets about coming back to play this season?
I think I already answered that a few weeks ago. Next question.
Yes.
Yes. No. What about your homecoming, Tom?
We had a lot of people in the stands here to support you today.
Yeah.
And I know you're keen on not making this about you, but just does it make it sting a little bit more, the fact that this was a homecoming for you?
Well, I mean, I love having everyone here, and nice for my family to, come close. And, I think a lot of people from the neighborhood came, and I mean, that's not going to change the outcome of the game, unfortunately, because you got a cheering section. It was sweet to have everyone come and support our team.
He wasn't the only one with hometown people in the stands. Let's go back to Brock. I said, let's go back to Brock. Jeez, come on.
The people at home that just believe in you, and they always see the best in you. And so they believed in me, even though I was the last draft pick and all that kind of stuff. Like, they've always been telling me, like, you're good enough, and we know that you can do it. And so to see them after that performance meant a lot to me. And so very blessed to have them as my family.
Is it sustainable, Jason?
That's the thing. I mean, you go on the week-by-week basis. So he's checked the two boxes, get thrown into the fire last week, handled that pretty well. A full week of prep, handled that pretty well. All the other elements, though, are in place. Everything that we've said for Trey Lance, for Jimmy G, and now for Brock Purdy have been, look, you've got a great defense, incredible skill players, good special teams. The blueprint there to win the game every week is in play. I mean, I don't know of a scenario why the Niners can't win every game they play. Now, you have to go out, like Tom Brady said in one of his clips, you got to go out and make plays. Right. You got to go out and do the blocks and limit turnovers and execute everything. But he is in a really good position, and he's handled all of the things that have been given to him. So my answer would be yes, it's sustainable. But I think even have some of the questions we did with Jimmy G. Can he win the Super Bowl?
Right.
Did Trey Lance win the Super Bowl? Yes. I mean, they can until the answer is, I mean, they've got to prove it. But at this point, I think all the quarterbacks they've had play have so much around them that they're put in a good spot to succeed.
The Tampa Bay's top 10 in total yards allowed, top 10 in passing yards allowed, top 10 in points allowed. This is after yesterday's game. It's also interesting to note the 49ers have allowed 197 points this year. That's 24 points less than second place Buffalo. And as a matter of fact, if you look, let me do the quick math here. 24 points separates the Niners in first from Buffalo second. If you add that to Buffalo's total, that would be 245. That would be your seventh place team.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big the chasm is right now for the 49ers. And you look at their schedule, like you mentioned. Now, they've got Seattle on Thursday. You want to talk about a test. Kyle Shanahan also noted that during the game, Brock Purdy had injured his oblique.
Mm-hmm.
When asked if that would keep him out Thursday, he said, I think I'm getting this quote right. It was some weird, like triple net, like, I'm not going to say it won't. These things, and to Kyle's credit, he's saying, well, these things flare up. I totally understand that. Deebo Samuel will for sure miss this week, and likely we'll get more clarity on this year, but likely the rest of the regular season and have ability sometime in the first or second round of the playoffs. That's certainly how it sounds. Niners can clinch effectively this weekend against Seattle up in Washington.
Yeah, Thursday night, if they get that done. I mean, that would be what a turnaround when they were trailing in this division to now, have the win over Seattle, took the lead. Seattle had an unexpected loss yesterday to Carolina.
Yeah.
And so now they're in a position where they can end the division as quickly as this week.
The Seattle Seahawks have allowed the second most points in the NFL this year, other than the Detroit Lions. But this is also the Seattle draft is going to be incredibly interesting. It was a very good draft for them. They picked out a lot of players that look like they're going to have nice careers in the NFL. And this, I don't know how to say it. Their defense is not great right now, but it's a very opportunistic defense.
Yeah.
They can get in your passing lanes quite quick. It's going to be an interesting test, assuming Brock Purdy goes. A very interesting test, not just against that defense, but remember, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Seattle's looking to not get eliminated. They're still a relevant team, and you're playing at arguably the best home field advantage in the NFL.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be a homecoming with Purdy chants in the stands.
Sure.
You're going into a doghouse right there. So it'll be very interesting to see how this continues. And we're going to have more on Brock Purdy and the Niners and Deebo Samuel in just about 50 minutes when Matt Barrows joins us. We're going to take a break here. I'm just going to pause real quick. I want to tell you about my buddy Shelby and everybody at United Wholesale Lending. We're going to come right back and get into 3 for Madness. Like I said, no break here. Just telling you about United Wholesale Lending. With the housing market shifting all kinds of crazy the last few months, you got to have the right mortgage company. All right. This is an ever-changing market. You have to have the right partners. And we've got just that lender at Shelby, United Wholesale Lending, his whole team at refinancewithshelby.com. They're fast, they're local, they're competitive. Local makes such a difference. It makes such a difference in the real estate market because they know title companies, they know real estate agents, they know appraisal companies, they know the inspectors going out. Now, that doesn't mean here's what it means. They trust Shelby. They've done deals with them before. They've made money together. They know that if Shelby says one thing, it's going to get done. That makes a difference, especially when they're recommending what deal to take. Makes a difference in getting that deal done quickly. And it's a great time to buy a house. You have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for you instead of settling and trying to fit in to whatever's available. Rates high, fine. Always refi when rates come down. And United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. You can be pre-approved over the phone in just under 15 minutes without even running your credit. You in the middle of a deal right now? Cool. Spend 5 minutes and compare your deals. See what Shelby and his friends can do for you. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRE number 01864354. Also want to remind you, our Sactown Sports Kings insider Frankie is going to join us at 7:44. Again, Matt Barrows at 8 right now. 3 for Madness. Go.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Question 1.
All right, Jay Mars had a chance to catch up with Ice Cube over the weekend. He's still coming down from that high.
Yay.
Kind enough to be here to ask us 3 very important questions.
Only reason I came in today.
I appreciate
that.
So,
with everything going on this weekend, 49ers, King split, we haven't even gotten to the fact that they unveiled a defensive player of the game change.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was introduced Friday night in Cleveland. Where would you want to wear it if you were awarded the defensive player of the game change?
I'll tell you right now. If and as soon as I saw that video, and by the way, they also have little laser pointers, little purple beams.
Yeah.
It's so great. You want to talk about culture? This is the culturiest culture. Here's one thing I do know, Jason. I don't know if this is the best team we've had since the 02 team, that 02 era. It feels like it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best culture we've had since then.
Totally agree.
I don't even think it's close.
Yep. Yeah.
So you see stuff like that, and they're having a blast in the locker room. And, of course, Domantas Sabonis was the first winner, and rightfully so. And the fact that Mike Brown is preaching that, I immediately texted every friend I have with the Kings. It was like, if you guys don't have this on sale in the team store within a week, you're just losing. Take my money, please. I would wear it everywhere. I would wear it to bed. I would wear it in bed, if you know what I'm saying. I don't
know what you're saying.
I would wear it all. I would do everything but shower with it because I don't want the glitter to come off. And my mom just had a birthday yesterday. I know she's listening. I said this. If they don't start selling these within 2 weeks, I'm having one made. I'm going to have my mom bedazzle it with all her purple glitter that she does her cane with. We gotta have some to wear in here, Jason.
Yeah. Well, and here's where I think I'd want it for a full day, and it'd start with it on the show. So just see the bling showing. I mean, it's just so gaudy and funny, and they're enjoying it. And the fact that they're all in, the coaches delivered it in the locker room, and Sabonis looked like he loved that he won it. We heard that when Mike Brown was hired, that one of the things he did with the Warriors was kind of had almost like a game system on defensive rating. So however they figured this out, and obviously they got to win the game. Yesterday's not the day you do the defensive player of the game chain, but the next win they have where someone is a standout, you just even know that's part of the culture. Like, hey, you make a big steal, give me that chain. I want the chain. You know, people are going to be playing for that, even if it's silly. They're behind it. They want to do it. So I'd want it for a full day, wear it everywhere. Here for the show, at a Kings game.
Oh, yeah. Wear it at the game for sure.
Yeah, so everybody sees you.
I want to know. We need to get a coach on because I want to know how do they figure it out?
Yeah.
Is there a numerical model? Do you only award it after wins? Do you award it after every win? I have questions.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be only after wins.
I agree with you.
And probably every win.
And that's what I'm wondering. Is it every win or is it, but the Depog chain to go with the beam, and it just, gosh, Vivek, you gotta get the marketing team on this guy. Everyone, I know it takes time, but there's a guy, Dave Lack, who 3D printed a Golden One center and a purple beam coming out of it. The Kings' own Twitter account retweeted. I'm about to go to that guy and buy stuff off of him. Jeez, let's get it going. We need the merch, guy. Number 2.
Question 2.
You have to give out one game ball to the San Francisco 49ers for yesterday's win. Who gets it?
Okay, I'm going to modify the question. Can we make it anyone but Brock Purdy?
Wow.
No.
Sure.
Let's make it anyone but Brock. Can we? Because it's Brock Purdy. That's the next.
What? The defense shut down Tom Brady.
Yeah. That's true.
Purdy.
Forgot you hate defense.
Would you really go with the defense? I mean,
probably not.
Yeah. So then I would 100% give it to the defense. And if you want to further modify and say you have to give
But the defense isn't a player. You have to pick one.
So you got to modify. Now, can I get sneaky here? And I know you love it.
No.
Can I give it to John Lynch?
No.
Okay. Because John Lynch is the guy that picked Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. If I had to give it to one guy, if I can't give it to the entire defense, I'd probably give it to Christian McCaffrey. It was just Christian McCaffrey has elevated this offense into a top 5, 6, 7 offense when they were hovering around the high teens, low 20s before him. He makes an incredible difference. And I think makes Brock Purdy's life a little bit easier too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
The obvious choice certainly is Purdy. Greenlaw, I know, was double digits. Maybe even, I know he had a bunch of solo tackles.
15.
He had 15 total tackles? Oh, yeah. I'm going to go Greenlaw there.
Greenlaw.
Yeah. Okay. Because someone on the defense, to me, if it's not Purdy, has to get
it.
Plus, he kind of has his own game ball already that he got signed by Tom Brady, which was awesome.
By the way, who was it? Was it Earl? Or no, it's not. Oh, Earl's not in. Have you noticed there's no Earl?
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
No. You know why?
Why?
Because I blocked him yesterday on the post game, but I only gave him a 5-minute timeout. So I think he might be angry with us.
Why did he get blocked?
He kept doing the whole, like, they're out, they were drunk, they were this, they were that. And then finally he goes, Sabonis gets no credit for this game. He was an absolute sieve on defense or something like that. And I was just like, dude, you're trying to be a moron. You're actually physically trying to be a moron, can't handle it. I think he might be butthurt over it. We'll see if we get Earl later on in the show, and you can watch Earl and other things at the Sactown Sports YouTube page. Watch us live. Number 3.
Question 3.
Who had the best week 14 and the worst in the NFL? By the way, there's only one answer for the worst.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, let me see. I'm going to say Brock Purdy.
For best?
For the best.
I know the worst.
If we're counting Thursday, and it's the Las Vegas Raiders. Purdy and the Raiders.
Well, the Raiders was the easy choice. The Cowboys were flirting with that.
Right there.
I mean, at the end, it doesn't matter. If you win, you win. So they were in trouble there, and they were able to win. I don't know if they had the best, but, good for the Lions.
Right. I love this story.
They just keep going. It looked like they were dead and down and out. And I don't know that they're going to, do any serious damage here, but a division win, a rival win, and they're now 6-7.
I love the Lions are my favorite story outside of the Niners, obviously. I love Campbell. I love the whole thing. Obviously, them being on Hard Knocks and being cool people. It's just a wonderful story. It looks like they're really, speaking of culture, building a culture. Also, how about the Vikings now? The whole question all year is, are they for real? And then they go into Detroit. And I don't want to say they got boat raced. The Eagles, it's just rinse and repeat, but you just went in and you did boat race the Giants.
Yeah. And 12-1, you've clinched a playoff spot.
And then honorable mention for worst week. Let's just acknowledge it, but he deserves a couple of worst weeks because he's had many, many more great weeks. It's a rough playing red for Tom Brady right now. You played at home twice, grew up in the greater Sacramento area, San Mateo, and your team got embarrassed in front of your parents and your whole family.
Yeah.
Can I give an honorable mention for worst?
Yes.
Denver Broncos eliminated after all the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this was obviously inevitable, but yesterday, I mean, they were in that game too.
Yeah, they were. Surprisingly, it was 21 or 27-0, and they were back within 27-21. But an honorable mention too, as well, for the good side, Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes.
They keep winning. They fired coach.
Chris McCaffrey's
move
gone.
on McCaffrey.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, it's like they basically punted on the season, and because Tampa hasn't figured anything out, they could still be a playoff team. Think about that. Carolina at 5-8 could still win that division. When I don't think they're trying to.
I don't think they are either.
Yeah.
Like, they're tanking for Wembanyama too.
They are.
Yeah.
But a good win in Seattle helped the Niners, but that's good for them to keep playing.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, and honestly, that's just a coach keeping them together, really, more than anything. It's good to see. As far as Denver goes, we take a break here. I will say that I had a couple of dark moments this last week. I don't mind telling you. I had a couple of moments where I was sitting at home or I was on a break from the show, and I was trying to talk myself into John Lynch giving up like a 19th round draft pick and assuming Russell Wilson's contract in the offseason.
Oof.
I was trying to talk myself.
Why?
Just because I was incredibly worried about the quarterback situation next year. Garoppolo's probably gone. Is it Lance? This Purdy kid's not going to, come on, we got to do something. We got a short window. Maybe this is the perfect spot for Russell Wilson back in the NFC West. Okay, maybe they give up a seventh, whatever their worst pick is, and all they're basically doing is assuming the salary, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
I found myself spending some time trying to talk myself into that. And it would just,
how did that go?
It felt, honest to God, it felt like if I stole money out of my kid's piggy bank. It felt dirty.
It is.
And immoral.
Gross.
And I needed to take a shower afterwards. And I felt terrible. Just bad. I'm so glad.
I mean, in real life, I
had a weak moment.
He's so just does not seem like anybody likes him. And this is such a locker room that is so cohesive. Why would you want to invite that in?
Does it get to the point where you worry about Russell Wilson getting bullied?
Oh, God.
I know it's football. I'm just saying, at some point, I want to know the inside.
Russell Wilson getting bullied.
Listen to me. I get it. What I'm saying is, I'm talking publicly. I want to know. I want to hear more off-record stuff about Russell Wilson. I want to know if is he really a douche, or is it just cool to say he is one?
Who stands up for him?
That's what I'm wondering.
Too many people aren't.
I don't like anytime there's a group think, I immediately start being a contrarian. It's just a dumb instinct.
I know I understand that from a fan perspective, but when you see teammates and all that, that's when it's different.
I mean, he somehow managed to lead a Seahawks team for years to a Super Bowl and
You can win within dysfunction.
You think he won despite? I'm just really fascinated by this story. Don't get lost in the whole bully thing. By bully, I mean, is it just a group thing?
I think they had a great team, and he was playing really well.
Not worried about Russell getting
Are they being mean to Russell?
I'm not worried about Russell getting them. What is it, a Melvin? What do they call it when you pull the underwear over their head?
This is 1964.
I don't know. What's the new term for it?
I don't think it's done anymore.
I just don't think it's a thing.
No?
No, I don't think anyone's Melvining anyone anymore.
We'll ask Billy Johnstone, who had it done a couple days ago.
Okay, I'll get Billy on the horn.
William Johnstone.
Let's check back in on the Kings weekend.
I'll look through the Rolodex to find him.
Yeah, find him. Friday, Sunday. It's a tale of two Kingses. We'll talk next.
Hey, Kings fans, you got questions? We got answers. Send all your Kings questions to kingsmailbag@sactownsports.com and have them answered by the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami during our Kings Mailbag segment every Friday on Sactown Sports' YouTube channel.
Subscribe today by searching Sactown Sports on YouTube.
The only place to get wall-to-wall Kings coverage in the 916, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, we know that the past year has been challenging to find the Honda you're looking to drive home. But now, at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a steady basis, including new Accords, Civics, CR-Vs, and more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory is as large as it's ever been. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, curbside pickup, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7 with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, and the primetime football giveaway, it's back. They're giving away a total of $500 for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento, with plenty of well-lit parking and some of the best food in a friendly environment. For more information on tournaments and gaming, please log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got arguably their biggest win of the season Friday as the team finished on a 19-0 run in the final 4 minutes and 40 seconds to beat the Cavs in Cleveland 106-95. On the heels of that win, the Kings played arguably their worst game of the season yesterday at Madison Square Garden.
And the New York Knicks have now won their 4th consecutive game. And now on their home floor at Madison Square Garden, they hold the Kings to under 100 points.
De'Aaron Fox missed both games as he continues to recover from a foot injury. The Kings return tomorrow in Philly against the Sixers. The 49ers got their 6th straight win yesterday in Purdy fashion over Tom Brady and the Bucs.
For Brock Purdy,
cool as a cucumber.
You
Look at him on
realize-
the TV screen as we're looking at him. The guy's like unflappable.
First NFL starts. Quarterbacks to start their first game ever against the GOAT. The previous 6, Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Palko, Jake Locker, E.J. Manuel, Luke Falk, all lost. First start of Brock Purdy's career, 7th one to go up against Tom Brady in his first ever start, Tim. He's the first one to beat him.
Purdy, the final pick in the 2022 draft, finished the afternoon 16-21 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding another touchdown on the ground. The 49ers moved to 9-4 and have a 2-game lead over the Seahawks in the NFC West. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports Kings beat writer Frankie Cartoscelli joins us at 7:43, and the Athletics 49ers beat writer Matt Barrows joins us at 8 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only local sports show in the morning.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
From downtown, the Kings are now 13 of 28. Clock becoming a factor. We're past the midpoint of the quarter. Osman with a drive and a kick cross court to Okoro on top. Three's on the way. Taylor Slobert knocks down the three-pointer. And Cleveland's lead is at 8, 93-85. It's the biggest lead that they've enjoyed all night long.
Yeah, well, then a lot of stuff happened, and then this happened.
He shakes, steps left, launches a rainbow three. It's no good, and the rebound comes to Davion Mitchell. Accelerates, cross-court feed to Herter. He's open. He stops. He fires. He hits the three on the left wing, and the Kings go back on top. It's 97-95.
Keegan Murray's found his stroke.
Here's Garland driving, and Barnes knocks the ball away. Steele gives to Sabonis. Ahead to Davion. Races up the floor. Shovels to the left wing. 3-ball knocked down by the rookie Keegan Murray. And the Kings dance away from their bench below us to our left. Now leading by 6 points, 101-95 with 1:22 to go. Herter puts it in play to Davion Mitchell. Now the horn sounds. It is officially in the books. A 7-game home court winning streak for the Cavaliers has been snapped in most improbable fashion. The Sacramento Kings trailed 93-85 here in the fourth quarter and end up scoring 18 unanswered points to win it 106-95.
As a matter of fact, they trailed 95-87
Yeah.
at one point. And when they trailed 95-87, there's a little graph that shows win probability.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland Cavaliers had a 90.8% chance of winning that ball game. I was trying to think of parallels, Jason.
Yeah.
19-0 run on the road against a team that was 11-1 at home. That's a legit Eastern Conference contender. Granted, missing Donovan Mitchell, but still a terrible matchup on paper. Big wise down low, all of that stuff combined, and you close it out 19-0.
Yeah. What the probability was 90% for the Cavs there. What was the probability of the Cavs losing by 11?
Oh my God.
I don't even know if there's 1%,
2%, if that. Yeah. Infinitesimal.
So 10, coaches always go, get a stop. One stop. Just a stop and a score. Just see, let's start there. Stop. 10 consecutive stops to end the game.
Yeah.
And if you think about the two games, obviously, I still thought the Kings played well in the entirety of the Cavs game, but they were playing a really good team. Started out great. Just they fought the fight, right? They were in it. They were playing what you would want to do. The irony is they held the Cavs to what I think was 15 points in the fourth quarter in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, they held the Knicks to 17 in the fourth. Like, that's the kind of game they could have snuck in and won.
Yeah.
They just never had any kind of offensive rhythm. Now, they found the offensive rhythm paired with the defense in Cleveland and to come back and get that 19-0 run on a quality win. It just, the last two fourth quarters, 15 points allowed and 17, that's going to win you a lot of games, even when you weren't very good yesterday.
A tale of two quarters against the Cavs, 31-20. The King. It's like I almost forgot that they jumped out to a nice fat lead.
Mm-hmm.
And then they give the whole thing up 29-18 in the second. And then, like you said, 27-15 in that fourth quarter. So you see the defense, and we've seen that before lately, how that defense has risen. They've now given up a grand total of 32 points over their last four quarters. They outscored the Knicks 19-17 yesterday.
Yeah.
And, Jason, you can point right to it. You're not going to win ball games when you're 10-39 from beyond the arc.
Nope. And missing free throws. It's so weird that Coach Brown thought the Cavs game might have been one of their best wins. And then I think yesterday was one of their worst performances. So it's same group, same road trip, same times playing without De'Aaron Fox, handled it much better the first game than they did the second game. And I thought Sabonis was just brilliant in that Cavs game.
Oh, God. And even yesterday, although I think he'd be the first to say going 6 of 11 from the line is dirty. But even yesterday, and I wouldn't say yesterday was an off game for Sabonis, but 20 points, 12 boards, 4 assists on 70% shooting. Like that's like yeah, he was okay. He was fine. He has positioned himself as clearly I think right now if the break was today, he's an all-star favorite for the Kings. I don't know how you leave him off the all-star team
agree.
at this point. No Fox, like you said, and God, it's only basically because he hustles and he's a pro that he managed to get 17 points. Kevin Huerter looked terrible shooting. His shot is just it's that's our guy, man. That's our guy, and he was 2 of 9 from beyond the arc, and that 3-point shot has just gone away.
Yeah, I know Murray made a few yesterday, but between Monk, Herter, Davis, maybe throwing Lyles, 4 guys that you figure are going to knock down several threes for you. When that's not there, you're not playing at pace when you don't have De'Aaron, and certainly the lack of free throws, lack of rebounding. They got enough stops at certain stretches. They just couldn't score yesterday, but it's weird. I mean, I really love the Cavs win. I just thought that was such an amazing win.
8 of 36 were Barnes, Murray, Herter, Dellavedova, Terrence Davis, and Malik Monk. Terrence Davis came in for 9 minutes. You can tell he's not right. He was 0-3. And he pulled him right back out.
That first run by the bench, I thought, was as subpar as they've ever been. Like, okay, good.
Yes.
The offense starters, it's just kind of. But that's why the bench. That's why you have a bench. Go light a spark. Nothing. I thought the bench was dreadful yesterday.
Yeah, they were terrible. 22 points total off the bench. That is not Sacramento Kings basketball, and it was bad. It was just. The funny thing is, which I don't think most people would guess, is that they actually outscored the Knicks bench by 22-21.
Didn't feel like it.
No, it didn't feel like it at all. But you had a combined 54 points from Randle and Barrett. And then Jalen Brunson, while he was in, lit it up for 18 points. Both Brunson and Randle, in 27 minutes each, had 45 combined points. They took apart the Kings defense pretty much. The only other guy I can remember top of my head that took him apart that bad was Devin Booker. They just both looked fantastic, and Tibbs has that veteran physical defense. And these are games that the Kings, you always talk about styles make fights. The Kings on paper are not a great matchup for the Cavs. I'll maintain that, but they have their number. This Knicks game, I'm going to be very worried about this Knicks game at Golden One Center again, provided everyone's relatively healthy, because again, this is the type of game they're going to struggle with, or they should. Big guy like Mitchell Robinson having his way. They had 15 offensive rebounds yesterday, which led to God knows how many second chance points. And they just get muscled a little bit. And all you have is Sabonis.
Right.
You don't have a lot of muscle past Sabonis.
Yeah, I know tomorrow we'll probably get more into the Sixers game, but they play Joel Embiid, who's been crazy hot lately, goes for 53 yesterday. I don't know if that's the first time you kind of reintroduce Alex Len and or Rashawn Holmes, because, I mean, it's going to be Sabonis early. Got to worry about foul trouble. But then I think, are you really going to put Lyles or Murray or Metu on him? Now there's other side of the court too, but that just feels like Embiid is a massive player that does legitimately post up.
53 points, 12 boards, 3 assists, and a block for Joel Embiid. 53 points in 34 minutes, by the way. On 20 of 32 shooting, he made all 11 of his free throws, which is so amazing for a big man. He's just so damn good when he's playing. And then James Harden, 19 points, 16 assists, 9 rebounds on 6 of 12. And they'll take those games from him all day long.
For sure.
This is a schedule loss. It really.
You think a schedule loss?
I think it's one of those towards the end of the road trip. They're still in New York right now. They'll leave later today. Certainly, they're going to have a couple of days. This is a bad matchup for them. It's a bad. But we said that about. To be fair, I said that about Cleveland.
Yeah,
I did. I said that about Cleveland in Game 1.
And I know Fox worked out yesterday, so we'll see if he's going to go or not. So he's getting. Obviously closer, but he'll know what's right for him.
I wonder what the over-under is on how many times DeMontis Sabonis will hit the floor tomorrow. At some point.
And get hit in the head.
Yeah, I don't. Like last year with Rashawn Holmes, remember, it seemed like every other whatever, every 5th game he was getting elbowed in the eye.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know that I've ever seen, and I have to feel like somehow it's on him a little bit, like, or it's just a weird coincidence. Like, does Domantas Sabonis just lead with his face?
It seems like it.
Every game he's getting hit in the mouth, hit in the jaw, hit in the side of the temple, elbowed. I thank God there's no concussion, or maybe there should be a concussion protocol in the NBA, because I truly worry. Like, he's taking some huge shots.
Right.
At some point, you got to put him in the blue tent. Poor guy. I don't know how sustainable that is.
Yeah.
But golly, they
need him.
And all he's got is Joel Embiid.
That's it. That's all he has to worry about.
I'll tell you, he may not have the answers, but the guy that will have the answers is our Sactown Sports Kings insider, Frankie Cartoscelli. In studio?
Yes, he's here.
No way.
Yeah.
In studio. Y'all get to see his pretty face. He joins us right after this.
The Kings continue their 6-game Eastern Conference road trip Tuesday against the Sixers.
Shovels it out to Mezzi. Dribble handoff to Murray. Stops, launches for 3, scores the triple.
Coverage starts at 2:30 on Sactown Sports.
Ooh, there's nothing worse than being cold and uncomfortable in your own home. Make sure you and your family are able to enjoy the holidays this winter. At American Energy Heat and Air, we want to make sure your furnace is running safely and efficiently during these cold months. For only $49, take advantage of the 30-point tune-up today. Proudly servicing the community since 1981, American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Book your tune-up today for only $49. Call 916-520-9990 or visit them at AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Love Makita Power Tools? If so, you don't want to miss out on this special event. Fasteners Tool Outlet is hosting a Makita one-day sale on Saturday, December 17th. Here you'll find tons of great deals on all new Makita products. Buy a select 40-volt kit and you'll receive up to 2 free 40-volt batteries. Stop by Fasteners Tool Outlet on December 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6701 Power Inn Road. Again, that's Saturday, December 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6701 Power Inn Road.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Are you a fan of Twin Peaks? Sign up for our e-club and stay up to date on all things Twin Peaks and score free stuff. Signing up is easy. Just visit twinpeaksrestaurant.com/peaks-club to get started today.
My mother owned Christmas. Well, not in a literal sense, of course, but she had an extraordinary way of making sure the holiday was perfect for her family. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. I'll never forget my daughter's first Christmas when every present under the tree was for my mother's first granddaughter, while the rest of us had to look in the spare bedroom for our gifts. Now, those memories always bring a smile to my face. My mother always taught, have a bit of Christmas in my home every day of the year. That could be a tiny happy Santa bauble, a sparkling memento on the wall, or a comfortable rocking chair. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you find the perfect accent piece for every room in your home during their annual holiday sale, including unique mirrors, clocks, wall art, rugs, chairside tables, curios, accent chairs, recliners, lamps, and more. You'll find that perfect bit of Christmas for your home. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
ATM Mortgage. Hi, this is Jeff Tarbell with a very unique program for homeowners over 55 years old. How would you like to cut your house payment in half and maybe get some cash out too? Give ATM Mortgage a call. 916-338-9400, 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net. ATM Mortgage. License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
Hands up, no fouls, no more, no fouls. Okay, take a break. Hi, Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking what makes you happy? Down to your toes happy. For me, it's winning. You can't beat winning, but finally becoming pain-free is pretty good too. And this is where the Good Feet 3-step arch support system can help. By supporting all 4 arches of the foot, Good Feet returns the foot to its more ideal pain-free position. Good Feet makes over 300 styles, sizes, and flexibilities, so the Good Feet arch support specialist will find the pair just right for you. This holiday season, Good Feet arch supports with their lifetime warranty would be a sensational holiday gift. During the holiday, when you purchase a Good Feet gift certificate, the Good Feet store will add 20% to its value. Free. That's 20% bonus free. Visit the Good Feet store and experience for yourself the pain-free comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet Art Supports. Get a free art support fitting and test walk. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, and Modesto online. Goodfeet.com.
You know they've been here for a combined 50 years. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Same as it ever was. Jason Ross, Carmichael Dave, Jay Mars behind the glass. All of you lovely and talented listeners, we appreciate you. You can call us at 1-800-912-1140. Text us at 916-339-1140. Watch us, Sactown Sports YouTube page. Please subscribe. Still no Earl. Worried about him now. And joining us in studio. Speaking of lovely and talented, Sactown Sports Kings Insider in studio, Frankie Cartoscelli. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Happy to be here in person in the studio.
Yeah,
Feels good.
Yeah. What?
Early riser.
What?
All rise.
Why is it? Why is our early Christmas present? What's going on here?
Nothing. You're just coming to meet with our leader Joe DeRose this morning, and sometimes I think it's nice to come in, see you guys face to face. I think it's healthy. You know,
I think so.
It's healthy.
Wasn't healthy yesterday for the Kings in New York. That was a great transition. It was that. Yeah, thanks, Jay. It's a good transition. Yeah. What do you? We've just been saying it's a stinker, which is super analysis, but I don't know what else to say. They stunk it up.
Yeah, I mean, I that's what I was saying last night too. I think you said the same thing, Dave. You echoed that. It's nothing to overreact about. It's one game, and even the worst teams, I mean, the best teams in the league have a bad game here and there. And I kind of was looking at the advanced box score, thanks to NBA.com. First quarter, the Kings had 128 defensive rating, which is not good. No. But the final three quarters, they brought it down to 100, which is good. So it really was a tale of one quarter. Julius Randle had 17 points in the first quarter. The Kings really had no answer for him, and that's something that's out of the ordinary for Julius Randle, who seems to kill the Kings every time he faces them. But the only person who could slow Julius Randle down was himself. Randle. And early exit for him. But yeah, to me, it was one bad quarter. The Kings offense was uncharacteristically bad, and they were due for a bad performance. They have had one of the best offenses in the league. So I'm not going to sit here after one game and overreact. But yeah, it doesn't feel good to see a loss like that.
Yeah, when you lose a game, obviously one of the times is when you go, that's when they could have used De'Aaron Fox, and it felt like they could. But Frankie, the two games that they played without him, obviously a brilliant win against the Cavs, but the one yesterday stuck out to me more. It just felt like there was no pace at all by the team. How do they get that going if De'Aaron, misses any more games?
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's so important too, the way that he pushes the pace, and the Kings are one of the top teams in the league in pace for that very reason. It's what De'Aaron Fox brings to the table. But to me, it kind of starts and ends with Davion Mitchell, and I think that he needs to kind of have an uptick in aggressiveness. He's only taken 5 shot attempts per game, and he has the ability to push the pace too. He's no slouch on that end. He has some quickness. We've seen him get aggressive and get downhill and go at the rim. He just has seemed kind of passive to me over the past couple of games, and of course, in Cleveland, he did have 6 assists. He's trying to be a distributor, but I think the Kings need him to kind of push the pace and be more aggressive on that end. But no De'Aaron Fox is definitely going to hurt. He's someone who is very important to this team. I think that that goes out being said. It's De'Aaron Fox. The Kings need their star point guard. They need him to be on the floor for this team to be fully operational. But Davion Mitchell, we've seen him. The numbers are there. I think he averages 17 and 7 over his career. As a starter, it's just not there right now. He has the speed to get it done, but right now we're not seeing it.
I thought hold on. Somebody said the Kings were actually better without De'Aaron Fox after Cleveland. Is that wrong?
Somebody said that?
I read that.
Yeah.
I read that they were better without De'Aaron Fox because they beat Cleveland.
Well, then it must be true.
Oh, okay.
Must be true.
Yeah.
Davion Mitchell, and you bring up a great point, and I like him. I like his game a ton. I like what he brings on both sides of the floor. And he was 3 of 5. And
yeah,
that's right on the mark for the 5 attempts, but also quick math, 70%. So he's obviously being efficient there. If you're Mike Brown, are you just getting and he's shooting 45.6% on the year. Not great from behind the arc, but still he's able to penetrate. He has that quickness. If you're Mike Brown and the rest of that staff, are you getting on him and saying, dude, we need you to not be off night on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. He's shooting a good amount less than he does when he's coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And in a unit that has Malik Monk, who probably should be the primary scorer on that end, but we've seen Malik Monk be a distributor as well. But Davion's taking more shot attempts off the bench, which is interesting to me. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's getting some encouragement from the coaching staff. I'm sure they're looking at the past couple of games and saying, hey, Davion, you had a couple looks here. Why don't you let those fly? You have the quickness to beat players off the dribble. we're just not seeing it right now. And I think he is kind of trying to let guys like Sabonis, who, of course, why wouldn't you right now let Sabonis operate out of the post or whatever he wants to do? We've seen point Sabonis handle the ball and bring it down. Whatever he wants to do, Sabonis should be able to do. But that doesn't mean Davion Mitchell shouldn't be aggressive when he has the ball in his hands. And if the Kings want to get through this, however many games stretch without De'Aaron Fox, Fox could be back tomorrow. He could be back after the road trip. Who knows how long it's going to be? But as long as Fox is out, they need Davion Mitchell to do a little more on offense than what he's doing right now.
How worried should we all be about Kevin Huerter shooting?
I mean, he's a shooter, and we've seen shooters go through this, and I'm not going to compare Kevin Huerter to Buddy Hield, but I'll say the shooting part of Buddy Hield, we saw he was a good shooter when he was here, and Kevin Huerter said, I think on your guys' show last week, the best way to get through these kinds of deals is to shoot through it, and you can see he is shooting through it. He is not being passive. He is not being shy. He's still taking these open looks. He's not hesitating, and I think he's going to break through at some point, and he's finding ways to score. It's not efficient. I mean, I think he took 17 shots or 18 shots last night and had 17 points. But he's a good shooter, and he's not. This is not the Kevin Huerter that we're going to see for the rest of the season. It's a rough stretch. Players have those. Nothing to overreact about. But Kevin Huerter has a track record over his career to show that he's going to work through it.
Can the Sacramento Kings? I'm kind of pulling this one out of nowhere, but just from a 50,000-foot standpoint, can the Kings be a championship contender with Fox and Sabonis as max players?
I think so. I think it depends on who else is around these kinds of guys, right? I mean, the Kings right now, their bench has been good. Their bench is a top 5-6 team in scoring right now, but it's those other aspects of the game that they really need. They have the scores at the bench. They need the impactful defenders. They need the shutdown guys. I think that players like, I'm not saying PJ Tucker right now at almost 40, but when you have those kind of glue guys off the bench, you can throw in like a couple of years ago with Houston, who was getting so close every year. Having guys like that depth is important. And the Kings right now, especially on the defensive end, like we saw last night with Julius Randle, I know we have the Kings of KZ Okpala on the team, but having a guy to be able to throw at a player like that and say, you need to stop those bucket getters from just getting whatever they want. Having guys that can come off the bench and be hustle guys, like you have Davion Mitchell on the bench. He's somebody I could envision on a team or an environment that could be a contender. The Kings right now obviously are not a championship contender, but they have the beginning pieces. It's just what they can do to round out the rest of the roster. Obviously, they have a long way to go, but the pieces are there. I mean, Fox and Sabonis those are all-star level players. I think the saying is you need 3 all-stars maybe to be a true championship contender. Maybe that's what Monty McNair is working on. We'll see, but you have 2. So if you need one more, you're in a good spot.
A lot of teams' best players are either guards or forwards, like on the wing, on the perimeter. Tomorrow, the Kings are facing Joel Embiid. Kings play small a lot. I don't know. How do you think that's going tomorrow?
I mean, Domantas Sabonis he's been a plus defender. We saw he got the chain the other night, defensive player of the game. I know that he's definitely taken a step forward on that end. We're going to see how much of a step forward that really is tomorrow. I think Embiid has had his second 50-point game of the season last night, but it intrigues me to see what else they're going to do. I don't know if it's going to be a Sabonis. You're on the floor every time Embiid gets up to check in. Sabonis is going to get up and stay with him because I don't feel comfortable throwing Chimezie Metu at Joel Embiid. I don't feel comfortable throwing Rashawn Holmes at Joel Embiid. If Alex Lem was healthy, just the fact that he has that length, maybe that could help out, but we don't know if he'll be available at this time, non-COVID illness. But I think it's going to be Sabonis versus Embiid. We're going to see exactly how much he has improved defensively. I think in my mind, if you can hold Embiid to under 35, 40, you're probably in a good spot, but he's going to get what he wants, and it's going to be about shutting down those other guys. It's going to be about containing Tobias Harris, containing the perimeter, just not letting what happened in the first quarter against the Knicks happen again, because as you saw, the Kings brought it together over those final 3 quarters, but tomorrow against a dangerous guy like Embiid, it's going to take a lot of that.
Not so much in football as Frankie Cartoscelli, our Sacramento Kings insider at Sactown Sports, joins us in studio. We're starting to get, as we get in the middle of December, trade deadline's a couple months away still, but we're about halfway there. I would be incredibly shocked. I think the Kings and ownership, they're pushing for the playoffs. We know that's kind of the narrative there. It would very much shock me if this trade deadline rolled around and the front office didn't make a move for another big. And whether that's they've long flirted with, I'm not suggesting, but they've long flirted with a guy like John Collins. You hear rumors the Bobo might be available. But when you look at, in order to give, you got to get. Do you see, if they do something like that, the most likely scenario, I'm sorry, would be that it's more of a taking on salary as much as it is giving up talent?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to try, and it's going to be kind of a tough spot because you have Rashawn Holmes as far as salary and Harrison Barnes who's expiring, but Harrison Barnes is a very, very, very well-liked player in the locker room, somebody who's a leader on this team. So it's going to be a question of where are the Kings when it comes to trade time? Are they stagnant? Are they floating around 500? Have they fallen off significantly compared to where they are right now? They're a top five team in the West. That might mean it's time to make those moves where you kind of roll the dice and say, okay, Harrison Barnes haven't reached a contract extension. We don't know if that's a possibility. Maybe it's time to move on. Rashawn Holmes not getting any bites. Maybe you have to attach a player that would hurt to give up, like Davion Mitchell. I'm not sure, but it'll take a lot to get a lot, I think.
Yeah.
And the Kings have some tricky pick stipulations with the Kevin Huerter trade, but they're definitely going to try, because is this team good enough to make the playoffs? I think so. But it's about going beyond. I think they need a little more to get that done.
You can read him at Sactown Sports. You can see videos and all kinds of insider content from practice, from the games, and kind enough to join us in studio.
Yes. I'll do it more often.
Yeah,
I'll be in more often.
You're always welcome. Our good friend, Frankie Cartoscelli. What is, by the way, throw out your Twitter handle.
It's tough, guys. It's FCARTOSCELLI 3. It's an Italian last name.
3, because there's 2 others?
Blame my family.
Wow.
I do have 2 siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have to do something about that Twitter handle. Talk to Elon, see what he can do.
I'll give him a call.
Yeah, give him a call. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, let's switch from Kings to Niners. Matt Barrows, speaking of experts, knows as much, if not more than anybody about the Niners. He's here to wrap up yesterday's game, preview Thursday's game, and obviously get some injury updates on both Brock Purdy and especially Deebo Samuel. We'll do that next.
Live and past broadcasts of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Cattles and Rami.
Interviews, podcasts, and more.
They all live on the Sactown Sports 1140 app. Download the app now in the App Store and Google Play.
Peak Conventional to save on motor oil for your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Get the complete job done at the right price at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Bit damp as we start the day off. There may be a stray shower in the morning, otherwise partly sunny with a high near 53 and a low near 39. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
When it comes to your sewer, what goes down must come out. Get a detailed video inspection absolutely free with any sewer drain cleaning, and keep life flowing in the right direction. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Carmichael Dave here, letting you know when the housing market shifts quickly like it has the last few months, having the right mortgage company on your side is crucial in this ever-changing market. We've got just that lender. It's my guy Shelby at United Wholesale Lending. Now you can check them out at refinancewithshelby.com. They're fast, they're local, and competitive. Shelby's team, as I've told you for years, is well known in the real estate market from real estate agents, title companies, appraisal companies. United Wholesale Lending will even get your offer fully underwritten and approved upfront so you can compete with the cash offers. With the increase in inventory, the market has shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Buyers now have the opportunity to shop for the home that's right for them instead of settling for what was available. You can always refi as soon as rates come down, or United Wholesale Lending has alternative loan options like a 2-1 buy down. RefinanceWithShelby.com. That's RefinanceWithShelby.com. NMLS number 279051. BRA number 01864354.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Week 14 wraps up in Arizona. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals play host to Mac Jones and the Patriots. Kevin Harlan and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner will call the action on air and on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Join us for the Pats at the Cards on Monday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at WestwoodOneSports.com.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
At Folsom Lake Honda, in addition to great prices on new Hondas, we stock the best selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, and each one of those vehicles is priced to sell now.
With new cars in high demand, Folsom Lake Honda has a great selection of quality one-owner trades with low miles, and each is priced to sell now. Every used vehicle on the lot comes with a Carfax Vehicle History Report and has passed a safety inspection. Shop our entire selection at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
The flagship.
Ball game, Sacramento wins.
KHTK AM and HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings. Sactown Sports headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got arguably their biggest win of the season Friday as the team finished on a 19-0 run in the final 4 minutes and 40 seconds to beat the Cavs in Cleveland 106-95. On the heels of that win, the Kings played arguably their worst game of the season yesterday at Madison Square Garden.
And the New York Knicks have now won their 4th consecutive game. And now on their home floor at Madison Square Garden, they hold the Kings to under 100 points.
De'Aaron Fox missed both games as he continues to recover from a foot injury. The Kings return tomorrow in Philly against the Sixers. The 49ers got their 6th straight win yesterday in Purdy fashion over Tom Brady and the Bucs.
For Brock Purdy,
Cool as a cucumber.
You
Look at him on
realize-
the TV screen as we're looking at it. This guy's like unflappable.
First NFL starts. Quarterbacks to start their first game ever against the GOAT. The previous 6, Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Pelko, Jake Locker, E.J. Manuel, Luke Falk, all lost. First start of Brock Purdy's career, 7th one to go up against Tom Brady, his first ever start. Tim, he's the first one to beat him.
Purdy, the final pick in the 2022 draft, finished the afternoon 16 of 21 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding another touchdown on the ground. The 49ers moved to 9-4 and have a 2-game lead over the Seahawks in the NFC West. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
Jay, hey, my headset's
Text or call the show at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Yeah, big hour for you. We got Kings trivia, Jason Ross trivia. Go see the Kings and Wizards next week, just in time for the Christmas holiday season. We're going to look at Week 14 of the NFL and all the things that affected your San Francisco 49ers and some things that don't. And speaking of 49ers and things affecting them, it was what do we say about the Kings over the weekend? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Well, it's mostly the best of times, but the Deebo Samuel thing makes you worry just a little bit. From The Athletic, the foremost 49er expert in all the land, joining us right now, having a blast, I'm sure, covering this team, Matthew Barrows. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Great.
Well, great. How are you, friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
You know what? And thank you for not saying, how are we doing? That's always a pet peeve of mine because I don't know how you're doing. And then I feel like it's presumptuous.
No, that's terrible. Never use the first person plural.
No, never, ever, whatever that means. Matt, so really we're all happy about yesterday, but we're all worried about Deebo. And from what we've heard, a high ankle, they think, and could be out for the regular season, back for the playoffs. What are you hearing?
Yeah, I think that's about right. There's different severities of this, but I feel like the fact that they went out there and examined him and then allowed him to try to get to his feet on his own, and of course he fell back down, but it suggested that they didn't think that there was anything, any fractures, any ligament tears, anything like that. in that leg that they would allow him to do that. So it's a bad high ankle sprain, and those can take a while. We're talking weeks, plural. Going without Deebo Samuel for this last stretch, I think is very realistic, but I think it's also realistic that he's back for any sort of postseason. And, for a while there, as he was writhing in pain, everybody was, at one point, the entire bench, 49ers bench, came off the field and went out to midfield to try to shake his hand as he was being taken off. Just underscores what this guy means to the team, what he meant last year. He was everything for them. It's a big deal that he's not there, but also a big deal that he was Mr. January last year, and probably will be in a position to be that again this year.
So the obvious statement is, all the things he means to the team, even if he doesn't have the stats on a week-to-week basis, just the kind of pressure he puts on opposing teams, where he lines up, they've got to be, always keep an eye on him. How do they make up for his loss in these weeks that he's out?
Yeah, I don't think you can. The guy who comes in for him is Ray McLeod, and he's a nice player in his own right, but I don't know how many pounds less than Deebo Samuel he is. He just doesn't bring that punch that Samuel brings. There was this to me is one of the plays of the game, and no one's going to remember it because it wasn't a scoring play, it wasn't a huge play, but it was a very subtle play where Brock Purdy's being blitzed, he feels the pressure, and he's able to kind of not sidestep it. He still gets blasted, but he moves enough that he's able to get rid of the ball and throws just a little screen to Deebo Samuel. And this is a third down play. And Samuel catches it, and because he's Deebo Samuel, he's able to pick up 9-10 yards and a first down. I just thought for both guys it was just really telling of who they are. Purdy with his kind of instincts that he's showing, the quick release, the ability to kind of avoid big hits and get yards where everything seems lost. And then Deebo Samuel, for anyone else in the league, that's a gain of 1, and he turns it into a gain of 9 or 10. So I don't think you can replace him. I think he's a really nice compliment to Brock Purdy. And, this is one of those other guys got to kind of step up situations.
Matt Barrows joining us. Brock Purdy, oblique. Kyle Shanahan mentioned that. I think it was a weird, double negative answer when asked. I was saying earlier, he's like, I'm not going to say it won't hold him out on Thursday, which I get it. He doesn't know yet. But is there a legit worry that he could miss Thursday?
I don't think so. It's always, Shanahan's caution was that once the adrenaline drains away, some of these guys who seem perfectly fine on Sunday afternoon come in on Monday, and it's entirely different. The 49ers have had that in recent weeks with Deebo Samuel and with Nick Bosa. So he wasn't sure. It's a short week. Samuel and Bosa were able to play because they finally started feeling well on the Friday before the game. So Brock Purdy and anyone else who was injured yesterday don't have that luxury this week. So I think that's what the scenario is. Shanahan's going to talk around 10 o'clock this morning, and he should provide an update on Purdy and Dante Johnson and Ambry Thomas. There was a long list of injured guys. So, a blowout win, all that, but boy, they've got to really sort of rally very quickly in a place where they've gotten a lot of injuries in Seattle over the years, a lot. Gut punch type injuries too. So this is going to be a real test for this team. Can they kind of summon everything that they need to win in a place that's been extremely inhospitable to them in the past?
Matt, the front office, Kyle Shanahan, coaching staff have to just be elated. You get to the third quarterback on a Super Bowl caliber team, obviously thrown into the fire against Miami as well, but now a full week to prepare, a full week for the Buccaneers to prepare. He looked great. I just thought start to finish, he was in total control of his game. What kind of confidence now does this have to give the 49ers, knowing that, the kid could kind of handle this?
Yeah, huge confidence, and it's a good point. Coming in midway through a game is different than preparing all week. You just don't have time to really kind of think about it and stew about it when you're, an emergency replacement. In this game, Brock Purdy had all week. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had all week to prepare. And, Shanahan said that. He said he liked what he saw in the Wednesday through Friday practices from Purdy. Wasn't expecting any less, but you never know until the guy goes through it. And that he looked exactly against the Buccaneers like he did against the Dolphins. And that's sort of that consistency that you're looking for with him. Purdy is not a guy who has, everybody to a man describes him as quiet off the field in the locker room. He sits by himself. He's not really emotional. You do see it on the field, kind of the finger guns and the fist pumping. So you know that current is running through him, but he keeps it under control. And I think a lot of his teammates, a lot of his veteran teammates have picked up on that and appreciate that. And you saw it take effect on Sunday.
Matt Barrows with us. So me being the eternal scaredy cat pessimist, my worry was, all right, they got a little bit of film off of Purdy from the Dolphins game, but that's not a lot. And now, okay, they have a game and a half. In your experience, years past covering this sport, is a game and a half generally enough for other teams to have material, or is there still the worry that, okay, with every game Purdy plays, the more likely it's going to be that one of these teams is going to find, I guess, Matt, I'm rambling. I'm worried about some sort of like secret weapon weakness that Purdy has that's going to get exploited at some point.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right, too. I call it the Kelly Holcomb effect. I don't know if you guys remember Kelly Holcomb from, 10 years ago. He looked like the second coming for the Cleveland Browns for a good, I don't know how many games he was just kind of dealing back there, but it was 2 or 3 games where he looked sensational. And, the storyline out of Cleveland was, wow, they found this diamond in the rough. He's sensational. He's the next Drew Brees. And then all of a sudden he wasn't. And there are a lot of guys like that. And it's usually 2 or 3 games, and then, the emperor has no clothes. I mean, the magic is gone. Now, if you're asking me, what Brock Purdy's flaw is that these teams are going to find out, I'm not sure. I mean, coming out of the Dolphins game, I was thinking, oh, gee, he was missing some deep throws. He had his eyes on the shallow receivers. He wasn't challenging anybody deep. Defenses are going to zero in on that and ding him for it. Well, in this game, he had 2 deep touchdown passes, several other passes that went, 15 yards or so. He was seeing everything. I mean, the touchdown throw to McCaffrey was not his first read. So he's going through his reads quickly. I've already talked about his ability to buy himself a little extra time and get rid of the ball quickly. And then we also saw the mobility yesterday with the touchdown. So he was checking off a lot of boxes. It'd be hard to find a flaw if you're Pete Carroll in that game against the Buccaneers. Obviously, any quarterback who gets a lot of pressure, Tom Brady will tell you this, is going to struggle. So that's the key. That's the key for every quarterback, though. So I don't know if there's a sort of a smoking gun to Purdy's last game and a half that kind of points to where or how his fall would come.
That's Matt Barrows of The Athletic. Get his coverage all over the place. Sign up for The Athletic if you haven't already. My subscription at full price, just renewed last week.
Wow, you're the guy that's got the full price subscription. Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know what it was, like $59 or something a year, which, by the way, is a bargain at twice the price. I am being honest there, but I see it all the time, Matt. Between you and Amick and all that, you guys are fantastic, but it's always, hey, get The Athletic for 7 years at $5 for like ever, and I'm honestly, Matt, if
you feel ripped off, and you should.
I do not feel ripped off. I find myself yearning and hoping that the bulk of my $59 goes into your shampoo fund or whatever it may be, Sam Amick's corduroy jacket fund. I hope you guys are getting the money,
Was that a ball joke? Wow. Man, you get a guy on as a guest, and then you just pepper him with ball jokes the whole time.
Just
What a
uncalled for.
jerk.
It's, family joke. I mean, remember, one time we saved your life many years ago.
True. I'll never forget that. Yeah.
You're the absolute best. We look forward to talking to you next week and keep the streak going.
All right, Dave. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thanks,
That's Matt Barrows. We'll take a break. Snuck that in there, and he caught it.
Shots at Matt.
He is sharp. When we come back, Week 14 in the NFL, other than the Niners. Of course, we'll tie some things in there. A big scare in Dallas, and do they have something going on in Detroit? NFL next.
The Kings continue their 6-game Eastern Conference road trip Tuesday against the Sixers.
Shovels it out to Mezzi. Dribble handoff to Murray. Stops, launches for 3, scores the triple.
Coverage starts at 2:30 on Sactown Sports.
Buying a new Acura is an easy decision, and Acura of Stockton makes buying easy. Come and see us today or shop online. If we don't have it, you can pre-select your favorite Acura and pick it up when it arrives. No contracts or deposits required. It's that easy. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade whether you buy from us or not. Don't settle for less than the quality of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or online at AcuraofStockton.com.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is open with a refurbished lobby and now serving adult beverages. Opening Thursday, Avatar, The Way of Water, an IMAX 3D experience. The anticipated sequel is here. See Avatar, The Way of Water on the largest screen in Sacramento at the Esquire IMAX Theater with all showings in spectacular IMAX 3D.
We cannot let you bring your war here. Outcast. That's all they see.
Avatar, The Way of Water opens Thursday. Get tickets and reserve seating for opening weekend at IMAX.com/Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Text or call the show at 916-339-1140. On Sactown Sports, 1140.
Mahomes being pressured. Now slings it to McKinnon at the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Batman loves this stadium. It was an underhanded shovel at the right boundary for a 56-yard touchdown.
I just had to play that. Did you
That
see
play
that?
was ridiculous.
That was so stupid. What are you, Patrick Mahomes?
And honestly, it worked, right? And
Yeah.
that's one of those things. Mahomes has had, 15 of those tight passes during his career. Any other quarterback, if that's Brock Purdy and he
Right.
throws a pick, what are you doing, man? You come back to, I think that's where Shanahan, Greasy, his quarterback coach, everybody's just eat it, live to, see another day. I don't think you can ever just coach Mahomes because he's improv too many times successfully that he's built up so much equity. It's just do you. I'm not going to coach you because you do things that no one should be doing, but you pull them off.
He really is the Steph Curry of football. And
Yeah.
I love that comparison.
Yeah.
He just he is taking a position that is as old as dirt and figured out a way to do several new things.
Yeah. Yeah. In his own style, his own way. I mean, he is fun to watch.
By the way, they went in. That game was closer than it looked.
Yeah.
They just jumped
on
Denver, who, by the way, eliminated from the playoffs. There goes that.
Oh,
I thought
that's
they-
right.
thought they still had a chance. Meanwhile, something's going on in Detroit.
Goff will take the direct snap, single back is Swift. Goff turns, fakes the pitch, throws, end zone, caught, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Uh-huh. Dan Gamble's got it going on. I love that team. I love Jared Goff, who was kind of cast off for Matt Stafford. I love that Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift backfield, just kind of back and forth. I love Ross St. Brown. I love the kid they got out of Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
It's a good, and I love Deuce Staley. I love their coordinators. That's a fun team. I've always found parallels, weirdly enough, it's not difficult too, between the Lions and the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
And I weirdly kind of root for the Lions to do well because I'm a Kings fan. And they're not, they're not above 500. They're not above 500 like Sacramento is yet. But I look at that team and I go, you know what? If I own the Lions, I would be so happy with Dan Campbell out crew right now. I would say, guys, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. You can tell they're building a culture there.
Yeah, and It's a shame at the way they started the season. They were competitive in a bunch of those games, but losing.
Yeah.
Now, if you can get a couple of those back, actually, then maybe they would be a team threatening to make the postseason. But they're still playing through this, which is a testament to the coaching staff, to the players, and they're getting a couple of quality wins here the last few weeks.
They really are. I mean, they are one of the hottest teams in football all of a sudden. Like this team is weirdly hot. I set it up and everything. Come on. This team is weirdly hot.
Sam Darnold, 2-0 as a starter in 2022. Takes the knee. Steve Wilkes, he is building quite the case to be the permanent head coach of the Carolina Panthers. He's now 4-4.
Yeah. And they're in a race for a division that's incredibly bad.
Yeah.
That everybody still thinks Tampa will win. Tampa's got Cincinnati this week. So if they lose that game, and they're just going the wrong direction, they don't look like a playoff team.
No, I don't understand Carolina. And here's what they got coming up. They got the Steelers at home.
Okay.
The aforementioned Lions at home.
Okay.
Then they go into Tampa.
Then
they go into New Orleans.
What if that Tampa game is for all the marbles for that bad division?
When you look at the Tampa Bay schedule remaining, as I pull it up here, because
I know it's Cincinnati this week.
You got home against the Bengals, at Arizona, home Panthers, at Falcons. It's not the toughest schedule, but I would rate Carolina as easier.
Yeah.
God, that would be interesting. This is a team that's like Carolina is like the Utah of football all of a sudden now. Like you're trying to tank.
Mm-hmm.
The players and coaches are like, no. You play to win the game.
Yeah, we're still going to give this a go.
There's a lot of great stuff going on. And even though it's kind of gotten to the point where it's boring to talk about, I don't think we should not be talking about this.
Handoff. Boston Scott falls forward, and is he in? Yes! Touchdown, Boston Scott. His second of the season.
The Philadelphia Eagles are really good.
Are they? I've been saying that kind of all season, and obviously the record you play, your schedule. Yesterday win was very convincing over a pretty good Giants team.
They beat a Titans team that I still haven't figured out. And Titans lost to the Jags yesterday, 35-10 the week before. They did have that loss against the Commanders. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the Commanders earlier. They beat the Vikings. I 100% hear what you're saying in the sense that you do look at their schedule. It's not their fault. You go, you beat the Colts by 1. You beat the Packers by 7. Packers are not a great team this year. You beat the Texans by 12. Fine, but the Texans were in that game for a minute. I don't know how to feel about them. They have to be number 1 in your power rankings. They're 12-1. And they're absolutely blowing teams out. 83-32 the last 2 weeks. The offense is absolutely insane. But now let's find out. You're going to the Bears. That should be a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're at the Cowboys, home Saints, home Giants. That Cowboys game on Christmas Eve is going to be interesting. Now, if they go into Dallas and they just steamroll Dallas, okay.
Yeah.
But don't you? Let me guess. You kind of have in the back of your head. I don't blame you for this. You have in the back of your head. Yeah, are they even going to make the NFC conference? Yeah. What happens in the playoffs?
I mean, even with Brock Purdy, don't you feel like the Niners could beat them in Philly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It's just hanging out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you say? How long do we have here, Jay? You said a minute, about 4. Okay. I just want to take a few seconds because Russell brought it up. I was going to do it at the end, but it might as well. Well, I don't want to mess with trivia and all that. Soccer lost a giant over the weekend in Qatar. Grant Wahl passed away. Grant Wahl is our age. Grant Wahl, this is how far back he goes being our age too. He did remember the SI cover story when LeBron was in school? This is a guy that was universally respected around the soccer community, both local, domestic, and international. You may not know his name, WAHL, Grant Wahl, if you're kind of a fringe or not a soccer person. But I would invite you to look up some of his work. And he was always very principled, stood up for what he believed in. And that family is absolutely crushed, as they should be. And the outpouring of love from anybody in anybody who's anybody in U.S. soccer, but then to LeBron James, to so many other dignitaries tells you how much he was respected and loved behind the scenes. Way, way, way too soon. And the biggest loss, bigger than the team's loss, losing Grant Wahl is an absolute huge blow for telling the story of U.S. soccer. We'll take a break when we come back. All right, we got Kings trivia to get to. Kings Wizards next week, just in time for you to give it as a Christmas present. You don't have to tell them where you got the tickets. We'll do that next.
Kings insiders Frankie Cartoscelli and Chris Watkins give you all things Kings on the return of the Roar podcast.
You know, with these two sitting next to me now, certainly feel comforted.
You can sign up for free at SactownSports.com.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about ACR Solar. They've got roofing, they've got home services, and of course solar. And for us, it was the roofing aspect that we needed. And we were desperate for that because last couple of years, we were stretching it a little bit thin, especially when we were getting around this time closer to winter and all the rain. We had that pretty nasty storm on Saturday and spent a lot of the day just inside, hunkered down, but safe and sound because we didn't have to worry about any of the elements. We had some leaks in our garage and other parts of the house before. Like, man, I don't know if we could do this another year. Well, now we're stress-free there because we talked to the great folks at ACR Solar and Roofing and Home Services, and we ended up getting a new roof. Now, it's a big investment. It's a big project. You want to make sure you get it done right, and that's why we contacted them at ACR Solar. You can do the same at acrsolar.com. They were very upfront with us. Again, pricing fit us. The actual job, the way they did it, the way they committed to their work and what they told us was going to happen was exactly what happened. And I know that sometimes sounds, well, that's obvious. It's not always the case. You've had people that you've asked to come over and do work at your house, and they're late, or they show up the next day, or what they said they're going to do today, they don't follow through, or product was not coming today, so it's going to be pushed back a week. Everything they told us, it fell right in line, and they were just day-to-day right on it. So it was so awesome for us, the great communication, and then in the end, the great result. We got a brand new roof. It looks great. We've got peace of mind, better curb appeal, and certainly the roof that we want for a long, long time. So check them out at acrsolar.com.
Life doesn't stop when the economy is uncertain. The market might not care you have a wedding to plan or a kid to put through school. And inflation doesn't know you've got a family to feed. But Bank of America does, and is here to help. With digital tools to help you save and local experts in Central New York, you can keep life moving forward the way you need it to. Bank of America, what would you like the power to do? Learn more at BofA.com/Central New York. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Tune in every Wednesday to the Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross show for Wine Wednesday, where they whine about plays, calls, everything from the past week in sports. Wine Wednesday, brought to you by E2 Family Winery.
Mega Chevy saves you an extra $2,000 off factory sticker plus big factory rebates on almost every new Silverado half-ton in stock with 2.7-liter engine. Find big red tag savings at megachevy.com. Find new roads.
Ends 1/3/23. Excludes ZR2 Trail Boss and Work Trucks.
You know you need auto insurance. It's the law, but it can be tough to find coverage that fits your budget. California's low-cost auto insurance program provides affordable auto insurance that meets California's legal requirements. Learn more at mylowcostauto.com.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life or your choices with just one wrong pill. Find medically proven treatment options at choosemat.org.
Dell Technologies' Days of Deals for Business start now with fresh, limited quantity deals on tech to drive productivity. Save on select performance laptops and desktops powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything, and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, curbside pickup, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Sactown Sports Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. The Kings got arguably their biggest win of the season Friday as the team finished on a 19-0 run in the final 4 minutes and 40 seconds to beat the Cavs in Cleveland 106-95. On the heels of that win, the Kings played arguably their worst game of the season yesterday at Madison Square Garden.
And the New York Knicks have now won their 4th consecutive game. And now on their home floor at Madison Square Garden, they hold the Kings to under 100 points.
De'Aaron Fox missed both games as he continues to recover from a foot injury. The Kings return tomorrow in Philly against the Sixers. The 49ers got their 6th straight win yesterday in Purdy fashion over Tom Brady and the Bucs.
For Brock Purdy.
Cool as a cucumber.
You
Look at him on
realize
the TV screen as we're looking at him. The guy's like unflappable.
First NFL starts. Quarterbacks to start their first game ever against the GOAT. The previous 6, Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Belko, Jake Locker, E.J. Manuel, Luke Falk, all lost. First start of Brock Purdy's career, 7th one to go up against Tom Brady, his first ever start, Tim. He's the first one to beat him.
Purdy, the final pick in the 2022 draft, finished the afternoon 16-21 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding another touchdown on the ground. The 49ers moved to 9-4 and have a 2-game lead over the Seahawks in the NFC West. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Got a take?
Make sure it's a hot one. Take a shot right now.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports 1140.
Get in right now. 1-800-920-1140. 1-800-920-1140 if you want Kings tickets. Kings, Wizards, you get a chance to go there. And dare I say, I don't want to jinx anything, but Vegas will predict for that game that the Kings will be lighting the beam.
Oh, man, you want to be there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it in person.
That's right. December 23rd, Kings, Wizards. If you want to find out more information, go to visit us at sactownsports.com. But, yeah, your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Kings and the Wizards. And it used to be, who's coming into town? Now it's coming. Go watch the Kings. It's a fun team.
It is a fun
Even with
team.
Yesterday's performance, still a fun team.
Well, we get the phone lines filled at 1-800-920-1140. 7th straight win for the Pelicans. It was very interesting. So, yeah, the Friday win over the Suns at home. Yeah. Zion with the 360 dunk.
Which was beautiful.
Which was gorgeous. And the Suns, of course, cried about it, even though they've done it before, too.
Yeah.
God, Chris Paul is just such a ween.
Right.
That team was filled with ween.
What?
They're just weens.
Is this game for the fans?
Right. Yeah, is it?
Do a 360 windmill if you could do a 360 windmill. So not why you lost, not why I need to fight you because you dunked with no time. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Stupid.
And then they played again, and they play one more time in like 2 more games in 2 games. So
That's
good.
So great. They played yesterday. Pelicans won again in overtime. Mm-hmm. Pelicans are such a good story.
And the Suns have lost 4 in a row now.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
My leg bleeds for you there, Phoenix. All right, let's get to our first caller for Jason Ross. Jason Ross. Jason Ross trivia. Is this Leland?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Leezy.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah.
What's
up, J. Ross?
Hey.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Oh, it's going good, man. I'm ready to hopefully win these tickets. Let's see.
Oh, it's Leezy from the chat.
Yes.
I'm stupid. Okay, here we go. Appreciate you. I hope you win.
Hey, thank you.
So are we going Leland or Leezy?
No, Leezy.
You know, Leland, no one ever gets Leland. That's why you lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like David.
Yeah. All right. Leezy, I'll let you know that David got this question correct.
I did?
Yeah. Maybe not on the first try,
but
but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So the Kings the other day unveiled the new defensive player of the game, just necklace. This is good. So we're talking defense here, and a couple of defensive stats that are important in that are defensive rebounds and steals. So with that, we're not going to make it easier, a little bit challenging. Who are the top 2 leaders on the Kings in defensive rebounds and in steals? So there's 4 answers here.
Oh, 4 answers.
Yeah. Top 2 in defensive rebounds, top 2 in steals. Totals for the year. Go.
I know for sure Sabonis is one for rebounds. I saw he got the chain the other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was cool.
Okay.
Steals is kind of what's bugging me. I want to say Davion.
Okay.
I'm hoping. Yeah. Okay. So those would be my 2 answers: Sabonis, Davion.
And then we need second place in those categories as well.
Second place.
Yeah, we're making you work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm clocked in. Steals, I'm a hope and say Fox. You know, he's having a good year for steals to say Fox. Rebounds, Keegan Murray.
Okay. Good guess. Dave?
I believe he got
half right. Does he get 1 ticket? Is that not how it works?
He got 1 in rebounding, which is by the way.
Yeah,
rebounding.
You crushed the easy one.
And he got 1 in steals.
You might have helped the audience. Leezy.
Might help the audience. In fact,
try all week.
Yeah, thank you. Was not Davion Mitchell. I'm going to help.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
I didn't say who it was, though.
Yeah.
I said it wasn't Davion.
Yeah.
1-800-920-1140. Leesy's line opened up. It's a tough question. Call in right now. You might get it. Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Did you hear the question, or do you need it again?
It was top 2 rebounders and top 2 steals, right?
Correct.
Okay, so rebounding, the bonus has to be number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm tossed up between Barnes and Murray. I'm going to say Murray.
I like your first thought.
Yeah. Hey, you broke up. We both liked your first guess. I didn't hear who your second guess was.
So the bonus was number 1, and I'm going to guess Murray number 2 for rebounding.
Okay.
And then for steals, I'm going to say Kerr is number 1 in steals, and then Fox is number 2.
Okay.
Did you say Herder was number 1?
Herder number 1, Fox number 2.
Okay.
How close was he?
He was really close if he'd have listened to us.
Just pays to listen.
Yeah, just pays to listen. So he got 2.
No, he got 3.
Oh, he did get 3.
Yeah. Right. He was on the fringes, and he kind of said all 4.
And we he did say all 4.
You gave him a huge assist. You lobbed it at the rim.
Right.
And did he tweak his knee on the jump?
I threw it up.
It was a perfect pass.
Wide open alley-oop.
Yeah.
And you know what he did?
What did he do?
He looked away and he took a bite out of a hamburger.
Oh,
I don't even know.
Why did he have a hamburger on the court?
But what is that play?
I don't know. We got to take him out.
Is that even legal?
He can't be in. He took a bite of the burger.
Right. Hey, Bobby.
Yo, Carmichael Dave, what's up?
Let's see. Hopefully your luck in getting tickets. Jason Ross trivia for you. If you haven't been listening, and hopefully you have, because then you'd have the answers. We need the top 2 in rebounds and the top 2 in steals for your Sacramento Kings so far this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I listened a little bit here this morning. I'm going to go Sabonis, and I'm going to go Barnes on the rebounds.
Okay.
Like where we're going here?
Ooh. Okay.
Love where we're going.
Throwing up alley-oops. Let's go with Herder.
Oh. We're there.
Okay, Herder. You said it wasn't Davion. Is that right? Did I hear that?
Don't overthink it. Who would be top 2 on the Kings in steals other than Kevin Herder? Don't overthink it.
I would want to say Fox, but I don't. That's not right.
You would want to say it?
Why would you assume it wasn't right? I'm not saying it's right. Just why would you assume it's not?
I thought I heard that when I first tuned in this morning, but if I'm not overthinking it, I'm gonna go with Fox with Herder, my boy Kevin Herder, and De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. Sounds like you locked that in.
So you locked it in. You know what they say?
Carmichael Dave, that's locking in. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
You said you thought you heard it earlier. The saying is, don't overthink. It's bad for the ball club. You didn't hear it earlier. Or did he?
I don't know. Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
it. Congratulations. Well done. Oh, my God. That was
stressful.
I'm sweating.
Thank you, my man. I'm Bobby Dean Britt. I'm your biggest Twitter fan. Bro.
Oh, Bobby, I know who you are. I know who Bobby is now. Yeah, Bobby's a longtime listener, a longtime friend on Twitter, and I'm Bobby, seriously, I'm sweating. I was so worried you weren't going to get this.
Oh, man, my daughter's going to be stoked, bro. I'm so happy, man. The Kings have finally turned the corner, Brother Dave. I've been a fan since '85. We lived in Natomas. When first Arco, I was there real quick. Exhibition game, first Arco against the Phoenix Suns.
Wow.
Up in the last row. My mom got to stay. I mean, it was hard to get a preseason ticket. And they had that thermometer that went up on the sides of the scoreboard, and you could get it to Kings. And it was just a blast. So real happy, real thankful for the whole community. And like I said, for you, your show is better now that the Kings are better.
You know what? I hold the line for Jay. I
light the beam.
Wow, that is. You know what? I hadn't thought about that in a while.
I used to love that.
You get the lights flame that go up, and then what was it, like the little flame ribbons, right?
Yes.
Whatever it was.
Go. Yeah.
Right. As soon as it go up.
Never mind. There was like a 360 dunk from half court. I'm just worried about whether those ribbons would go.
Looking at it. Why we don't. How come we don't have something like that?
I don't know. That was so cool. I don't know. It was a gimmick, but I loved it. Just like the beam, just like the defensive player. Like let's keep these gimmicks going.
What if you got it loud enough and instead of the flames, like all of a sudden there were like all these little beams that went off or something like that?
Why not?
The Skyline Lounge.
Yes.
Well, we need a Skyline Lounge back. The Sierra Nevada Tap House or whatever.
Yeah, we tried a couple of post games up there, and it was just.
I hear you, but I wonder. I don't know. Maybe not because things are
true. They were pretty bad then.
They were pretty bad now. I wonder if.
But it was like one of the other thing about the Skyline Lounge. There was a stage. Everybody kind of knew what it was. We went up there and it was like, yeah, they're just drinking and having fun. Like I don't know what they're doing over there, but whatever.
Right. Yeah, I think many a romantic connection was made at the Skyline Lounge.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And now, you know what it probably is now. Everyone's they've got their phones.
Yeah,
they just go on. They want to take the selfie with the beam and then go to the thing and all that. I miss the Skyline Lounge. I think the Skyline Lounge is actually my first ever appearance on KHTK. As a matter of fact,
I was microphone.
Yeah, I think so.
Person?
I was with my dad at a game.
Was I on the mic or Scott Marsh or do you know? Because there was crowd mic that we had to walk around with.
Yeah,
or was it even before?
Was there somebody else?
Yeah, probably because I know Bob Gerald used to do it up there. So he was the host. I wasn't necessarily the host up there that much, but
Scott used to have the crowd mic, right?
Yeah, he did. I did at times.
I think it might have been Marsh.
Okay,
it was one of you two.
Yeah,
I was a young lad, and there was my dad.
What's your name, little fella?
Exactly.
Hi guys, I just want to say I think Terry Tyler's the best. He's
meanwhile, I'm only like 20, 22.
Hey, look, we got this little 18-year-old.
I'm like 22. Yeah.
Moving along here. You'll shoot your eye. Those were the days. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we have notes, we have news, and we have celebrity birthdays, and we have the days of the week, and so much more. Don't go away. We're right back to wrap up the show after the Hills.
The Kings continue their 6-game Eastern Conference road trip Tuesday against the Sixers.
Shovels it out to Mezzi, dribble handoff to Murray, stops, launches for 3, scores the triple.
Coverage starts at 2:30 on Sactown Sports.
Want a joyful and unforgettable experience this holiday season? Come help those in need and light the world through the giving machines. Now through January 2nd at the Galleria Mall in Roseville. Quickly and easily help local charities here in our community or global charities worldwide and make the Christmas season a little more meaningful for yourself and those who are in need. Feel the Christmas spirit and teach those you love that is more blessed to give than to receive. For more information, visit givingmachinessacramento.org.
This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Happy Honda days are happening right now. Trade in and trade up. Get top dollar for your trade and take advantage of low APR financing and great lease rates at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2020 total new car sales from American Honda Motor Company Zone 1 report.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up in the primetime spotlight, Mac Jones and the New England Patriots travel to the desert to face Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Arizona looking for a resurgent end to the season, while the Pats are trying to stay afloat in the playoff race. Join Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner and me for all the action on Monday Night Football.
Get ready for the game with more details and preview at westwoodonesports.com.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. See the road ahead more clearly with Sylvania Bulbs and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase select Sylvania bulbs and get up to a $20 gift card after mail-in rebate, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Replace your bulbs today and see better tonight. Let the professional parts people help you find the bulbs you need. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, curbside pickup, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Love Makita Power Tools? If so, you don't want to miss out on this special event. Fasteners Tool Outlet is hosting a Makita one-day sale on Saturday, December 17th. Here you'll find tons of great deals on all new Makita products. Buy a select 40-volt kit and you'll receive up to 2 free 40-volt batteries. Stop by Fasteners Tool Outlet on December 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6701 Power Inn Road. Again, that's Saturday, December 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6701 Power Inn Road. What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Is he talking?
Yeah.
Who's hot?
Who's hot?
Not your microphone.
Well, like you said, it's every host's worst nightmare is a hot mic.
That is true.
So I took that to heart.
That's better than the alternative.
Yes.
Yes. Who is hot today?
Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was his 11th career game with both a rushing and receiving touchdown, tying him with the great Jim Brown for fourth most all time. The only people ahead of McCaffrey at this point are Brian Westbrook, who had 12, Lenny Moore, who had 12, and the great Marshall Faulk, who had 15.
Oh, gosh. Marshall Faulk was good.
Such a stud.
Who's not?
Who's not?
Who isn't?
The NFC South.
Woof.
Ready to go down these standings?
Yes.
In first place with a commanding lead is the 6-7 Bucks. They're one game up on the Panthers and Falcons, who are tied for second at 5-8, followed by the 4-9 Saints.
4-9.
Gross.
Yeah, they're not great. New Orleans is a fine town, though.
All those seasons have seemed to have gone south.
And you know what? I can tell you this much. And Jason, you're
Come on.
Gone
south.
Yeah. No, just was helping you.
No, you weren't.
Was helping you, because then somebody will be like, I'm the only one that got that joke. Great job, Jay Morris. That's gonna happen. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jason.
Okay.
But even though the Saints are terrible, I would say it's still like 90-10 Saints over Pelicans in that town.
Yeah.
Pelicans are in first place in the West. They're one of the great stories of the NBA.
Let's go watch Andy Dalton.
It goes like this: Saints, LSU, and maybe the Pelicans.
Swap junior college, and then the Pelicans.
It might be Saints, Drew Brees.
Oh, you're right.
And then a big.
Well, if we're going to go there, it's Saints, Drew Brees, Sean Payton.
Yeah, right. By the way, from the 916, this is a great memory. I forgot about this. Not that I'm old, but remember when the post-game player guest in the Skyline Lounge received, wasn't that a Gary Gazzetta watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't in the Skyline, but it was, down on the court.
Down on the court, right. It was a watch. And then didn't they also, once upon a time, get a gift certificate to Tower Records?
I believe so. I definitely
remember
the watch,
that.
for sure.
Where they got it. That was back when like NBA players were like, oh.
Yeah.
Now they're like, okay, they give it to like their third manager.
Right.
No, they hand it to the kid as they're walking back to the locker room.
They sign it and hand it to the kid. All right. News and notes right now.
Stand by on this frequency.
It's time for the news of the day.
Thank you for ruining the show and dropping a steamer on my journalistic integrity.
Today's important headlines, intelligent analysis, hard-hitting interviews.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
Here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh my God, I love those guys.
All right, this story is going to be interesting to me and like three people, but I promise you it's really important. It really is. For the first time ever. Scientists at the National Ignition Facility at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. A lot of us who grew up around here went there on a field trip as kids. No, you never did?
No.
Okay.
Went to Safetyville, though, over off Bradshaw.
Did you hit Fairy Tale Town?
Yes.
Yeah. They have successfully produced a nuclear fusion reaction resulting in a net energy gain. There's going to be a press conference tomorrow to talk about this. Now, okay, great. No, this is a huge step in like a decades-long project to unleash an infinite source of clean energy that could completely listen. I know we get so political on so much stuff, but this isn't political. It could end dependence on fossil fuels. That I think we can all agree that if you could end dependence on fossil fuels, depending on how you did it, that would be neat. They've been trying to do this like forever. Nuclear fusion is when two or more atoms are fused into one bigger one. And it generates a massive amount of energy as heat. And it's a
super cool.
It's a big thing.
Cool.
The plasma that they need to reach to generate the reaction.
Right.
I
got it. Hold on. Let me guess. 1.21 gigawatts.
Close. Over 150 million degrees Celsius. That's 10 times hotter than the core of the sun.
Duh, everyone knows that. Why are you talking about it?
Also free cheeseburgers. Ah! I don't like any of you. I like you, Jason.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Today is it's just what? Hold on. Is this real?
It is.
Is it really?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking
Nope.
about? Okay. Well,
Fusion.
I'm just going to read it like it says. This is an official day today, December 12th. You can Google it. I'm not trying to be a little kid at all. Today is National Ding-a-Ling Day.
Really?
In honor of the Phoenix Suns. Ayo.
Okay, so I thought when I first saw the headline that showed a picture of Santa Claus, honestly, I thought it was the Salvation Army with the bells, right? No, it's today is a day to call people you haven't heard from in a while. It might be an old classmate, a coworker, or a neighbor from years ago, maybe a child that used to mow the grass during the summer.
Oh, that guy.
Hey, Billy, it's Dave. Remember you used to mow my grass back when you were 12? Just wanted to say hi.
By the way, any parent never had another 12-year-old mow the grass. It was just us doing it for free.
Yes.
Come on.
Although
Which is fine.
I tried to make money doing that as a kid, but it was like, I'll mow myself. Today is National Ambrosia Day. You familiar with
Marsha?
Ambrosia?
The Jello?
Yeah, it's
yes, I like it. Is there coconut in it?
It depends. It's got fruit, coconut, and sugar. Classically, some people don't like coconut, so they leave it out. It's good. I'm not like, oh my God, ambrosia, but I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I made sugar cookies with cream cheese frosting yesterday. I should take pictures for you guys. No, dude.
Really? You messed them up?
Oh, I don't know what I did. I followed the recipe, but honestly, I don't know how to say this. The cookies taste too eggy. You know, like what an egg yolk tastes like? They taste eggy.
You use string cheese instead of cream cheese.
I must have. I mean,
those are the best holiday cookies to me.
And they
sugar cookies with cream cheese frostings.
They all melted into each other, so I had to like cut squares and then just slap. I just took a spatula and slapped the frost. They're the ugliest ones ever. I'll bring some in tomorrow.
Oh, thanks.
Gingerbread house day. You guys ever do a gingerbread house?
In school.
Yeah, I did one.
I feel gingerbread houses are like they're cool, but like taste wise are kind of lame.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I don't think you're supposed to eat them.
No, we'd make them in school and then we'd eat them the same day.
Oh, I thought don't they put that spray on?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if you're making them to stay up for sure. Hello.
And by the way, gingerbread's whack.
Yeah, it's not great. Now I see why that little cookie was running. All the hate in the world for him, I'd move too.
And then my kids did a gingerbread house once with I think my sister came up and did it. Nothing annihilates a house more than a gingerbread house making thing.
It's too much craftsmanship there.
What do you do with a gingerbread house? You just Why?
It's a decoration that you toss. It's a waste of food.
It's like fruitcakes. Fruitcakes get this whole reputation. Have you guys ever had? I've never had a fruitcake.
Neither
I don't think I have either.
What if they're amazing?
They're probably not, though.
I was told my whole life growing up that Brussels sprouts are terrible, and it's like literally one of my favorite side dishes now.
Brussels sprouts are really good as long as you roast them.
You have to do them properly. I mean, and add bacon, which bacon makes everything better.
That's true.
I'd put them in my gingerbread house.
I was going to say add bacon to the gingerbread house.
When was the last time you had a Brussels sprout, Jason?
2 months ago.
Oh, okay. So you're not one of the like.
It was one of those where pinch the nose and eat it. I was like, okay, I'll eat it. It's been cooked.
If somebody hands me boiled Brussels sprouts, I'm not going anywhere near that. Slice them in half, sauce ham. Oh, forget about a little balsamic vinegar. Today's celebrities. Happy
Celebrity birthdays on this December 12th. A couple of movies want to see, or entertainment things. On this date, Three Amigos was released.
Oh.
What year do you think that was?
I'm going to say 1987.
I'm going to say 1982.
1986.
Oh, good job, David.
And then the show's still on, American Ninja Warrior.
Ah!
When do you think that came out?
2004.
That's what I was going to say, so I'll go 2006.
2009.
Well, yeah.
All right. Happy birthday on this December 12th to the one, the only Bob Barker.
Yeah, still with us.
I thought he died.
No, he's still with us.
Really? Good for him. I really thought Bob Barker passed away. Bob Barker's a big birthday for Bob. He's 90 today.
Bob Barker is 98.
Bob Barker is 99
Oh,
today.
my God.
Ricky Vaughn.
The price is wrong. Switch.
Happy birthday
It's a family
to
show.
Jennifer Connelly. It's just in Maverick.
She sure was.
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly's.
What else has she done?
Jennifer Connelly's 45. Hey, wasn't she the main character in the Hunger Games?
No.
With the arrow?
Jennifer Lawrence?
That's Jennifer Lawrence. I'll say Jennifer Connelly because I have no idea who that is. It's 44.
She is 52.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Mayim Bialik. Blossom.
Oh,
Jeopardy host.
Yeah.
Blossom.
I think, is she 40? I think she's 47.
I was going to say that, so I will go 46.
47?
Yeah.
Cheater.
I was going to say, I think, I think I know somebody who's that same age.
Okay. Happy birthday to Dionne Warwick.
Oh, I thought you were going to go
No relation to Deion Sanders.
None.
Dionne Warwick. That's what friends are for.
You're looking it up right now. I see you.
What am I? I'm not looking anything up. No, I was trying to guess.
Dionne Warwick, 77.
Dionne Warwick was the 5th singer on We Are the World. Dionne Warwick, no, I was running through it. 81.
Did Jay say?
Yeah, did you say?
I said 77.
Oh, sorry. 82. 82. Happy birthday to King's legend. I said it. John Salmons.
John Salmons is today. He turns 41.
He turned 43 today.
He is 43 today. Bob Pettit.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Bob Pettit is 90.
91.
Bob Pettit is 90.
Ah!
There you go.
I got one.
Okay.
Happy celebrity birthday to Barb, my mom, who had her birthday yesterday.
Yes.
If you guessed 35 years old, you are correct.
I was going to say, she had you young.
She had me really young. Yeah. Happy
So
birthday, Mom.
What, just hit 60?
No, 35.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, 35
would be
years
my
old.
guess.
And they celebrated by going to McCooney last night.
Why is your mom younger than me?
I know, it's kind of weird. You're old enough to be my mom. For Matt, for Frankie,
Yeah, him.
for Jason, for you, for me. Jim Rome is next. Love you all. Bye now.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
To save on motor oil for your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an